like setting it up, taking it down, setting it up. So it did take me a hell of a long time. But I was a bit gutted. It only lasted 40 minutes. I would have liked it to have lasted a lot longer than that. Maybe I should have described things a bit more.
I can imagine 6 hours was enough of a chore for you, mate. You know what I mean? Like, here we go.
Right. Hang on. I apologise, guys. I am trying to just set something up on the computer so I can see the messages easily, but that's not really working for me at the moment for some reason.
I'm just right. I've got it. I can see it on your channel now, so I'm just going to get it up on my PC for the comments, mate.
All right, I might have to rely on you a bit on the comments, bro.
No worries, buddy. Here we go. Let me just back that.
So, guys, what did you think of that? I hope you enjoyed it. I really do. I actually loved that. I enjoyed setting it all up and going through it and all that lot. Took a while, but it was absolutely brilliant to do. But I hope you guys enjoyed it and saw a load of different coins in there. And as I said, if there is anyone who, Marcus put 50 Monarch set was by far my favourite. Yeah, it is a beautiful set. I don't normally go for sterling silver, Mark. I don't know why. It's still silver. It's just a less. It's like having 22 karat gold instead of pure gold, 24. But I saw that set, and it was phenomenal. Lee's put my stack fits on the back of a stamp. Yeah, I'm sure you got a bit more than that, Lee.
Yeah, Lee says that, but I've seen a few of his coins. Lee's got a very, very, very nice collection.
I'm sure. I always enjoy looking at a full stack. That's Stephen. Thank you, bro. Thank you very much. I really appreciate everyone who joined. I think we got up to about 31, 32 people on that, and that was absolutely immense. I really do appreciate that because it is everyone's time. I don't know why I can't get onto the live on my computer.
Have you gone onto your channel and refreshed the screen? Because it's on there now, mate.
Yeah, but how can I get? I can only go to my videos, and then it goes to YouTube Studio, and then when I go on that, I can't do it easily.
If you go onto where it says, if you go into your channel where it says like videos, shorts, etc.
Yeah,
the one that says live, and the video will be in there. You'll be able to click on it and watch it.
Yeah, that hasn't worked. It's showing Rubble and Crew Constructions for kids. Yeah, I don't know what that is. If I go on your videos, as in my videos, then there is a live bit there.
Yeah.
And then it shows it, but I can't watch it as such. It's just for editing and this and that.
Oh, that's strange. It should you just open it as like a normal, like you would a normal video. That's strange. Can I just say, just before we move on too far, with the 50 Monarchs set, yes. I'm really, really struggling to think of 50 Monarchs. You know, there's got to be some obscure names on that set.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look at it properly, actually. It does go back. I don't know if it's 500 years of monarchy or something like that. It might be something like that. I'll have to look at it properly. I might have got that wrong, and I apologize if I did. But there is 50 bars in there, which are 2 ounces each of sterling silver. And it is an absolutely stunning set. It really is nice.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, so many stunning sets you had there, Cobra. I mean, my favourite and the one, if you're not too addicted to it, I've got my eye on that Lord of the Rings coin, so I might make an offer for you on that one, mate.
What's just the one coin?
Yeah, you had that Lord of the Rings coin, didn't you? The 1 ounce.
It's yours. I will see what I paid for it, and it's yours. No problem.
Mate, that's the pick of the Cobra. That's awesome, mate. Because I saw that. Well, what people don't know is while I was watching the video, as soon as I saw that, I jumped straight on my phone and started sending Cobra pictures of my Lord of the Rings ring that I've got. That's an actual sterling silver replica of the One Ring of Power.
I knew you'd like that one. I knew you would. But that's yours. I'll, as I say, I'll work out exactly what I paid for it, and you'll have it at that price.
Oh, you're a legend, mate. Thank you so much.
So, shall we go through who the winners were?
Yes, I think that's what everyone's wanting to know.
Yeah. So I did start off with the dragon, and the question was, what was my dog, or what is my dog's name? He's still alive. And Harry, I can't remember his full name, but Harry put down Tyson, which is absolutely correct. And so therefore he wins the Dragon Bar 2023, which is an absolutely beautiful bar. And these are being sold out, as in people are loving these. And it's a memorial of the Queen with her 70 years of reign. So that goes out to Harry, I think Harry the Potter or something like that. Anyway, I will look back on that. Yeah, and sort that out. And whoever won, if you email me your address, I will send it out to you. TPM, he won the 2023 Queen's Head Britannia, but he's donating that to the Stack Collector for when he does his 24-hour live, and Stack Collector will decide how he gives that away, whether it's an auction for charity. It's all for charity, whether it's an auction for charity or a question or whatever. So he'll come up with something. Now the big one, guys. I need a drum roll in the comments, right? Drum roll in the comments, and I'm going to tell you who got closest to the actual amount of silver I have in ounces, and that person will win the Cobra Stacker 1 ounce silver coin done by Silver Angel. So I got a drum, I got another drum roll going. I need at least 8 drum rolls, and we're on. 10 gazillion ounces. Shrimpy, I wish I had 10 gazillion ounces, but unfortunately it's not that much. There was loads of people commenting. We had stuff like Ludo put 2340, Camel put 2741 ounces, CPM at 1625, Koi 2242, and the actual answer is 1592. So the winner is Tridell, who put 1570.
Oh, well
done, Tridell. All you got to do is go on any of my videos and email me. I'll tell you my email now anyway. It's cobrastacker2105@gmail.com. Send me a message on my email, please. Put in your address, and that will be sent out to you tomorrow. If you get back to me straight away, it will come to you the day after, hopefully. So that's Tridell. Tridell, are you in the comments? Are you watching the live? I hope you are.
Yeah, I hope so.
It'll be someone who never watches, and I'll be like, oh, wow, really?
That's good. Yeah, always the way, isn't it? Now I'm sure they're out there. Tridell, if you are watching, make yourself known in the comments, buddy.
Lovely. Bipolar Stacker, thank you for joining us. If any of you who are with us now didn't watch the actual live, it should go directly on, or if not, yeah, it was a premiere, so it should go directly on there, and you're more than welcome to look at it. And as I said, anyone who sees something like the Stack Collector saw the Lord of the Rings ring and he wants it, if I'm willing to let it go, I will be happy to do that, and I will do it at a reasonable price. Obviously not a loss to myself, but I will let some go. So there you go. So there you go. Give us the rundown what you think of that Stack Collector.
Well, I think I can speak for everyone and say you have got an incredible stack over. But I was expecting a good video, to be honest with you, just from what we've seen in the backgrounds of your videos and that kind of thing. I was, I was definitely not disappointed. I mean, some of those coins. You're gonna have to send me photos of the Mary Gillick set, because I really want to see that in closer detail. That looks
absolutely stunning. I will. Yeah, it's a beautiful set. I didn't know about the other coins. You know, I've already said to you before, I don't really know much about the older coins, but because the cost of the set was basically the cost of 2 sovereigns, and there are 2 sovereigns in it, I felt like, yeah, I've got to get it.
Yeah, you've got that as a steal there, haven't you, mate? You know what I mean? Like, it's a no-brainer, really, isn't it?
Yeah. So that it is a beautiful set. So yeah, I will send you a photo, and then you can talk me through what's what. There is a sort of a pamphlet with it, which sort of goes through it, which is quite nice as well. Tridell is in, and I think, can you have a look at the comments for me, bro, and just see what he put? I can't read it. They're flashing up.
Yeah, Tridell's put, thank you very much. I'm very happy about that, but I live in Germany. If it is possible, because of sending, I might donate to a UK guy.
Tridell, I really appreciate that, but you want it, and I will happily pay for that postage and send it out to you. That is yours, my friend.
Awesome. Mark Johnson has asked if a 50 Monarch set is for sale.
Yes, I can do that. I will be willing to let that go. Mark, if you can email me, I've got it all noted down how much I paid for each thing. I will look it up and I will give you a price, my friend.
Cool. Finn Shaw has sent you an email last Friday. The subject was King/Queen. Let them know what you think. Bipolar Stacker said hi from Germany and wants to donate to me.
Finn, I will have a look at that. Thank you for that. I'm sorry if I missed that email. I might have seen it. I do remember something about Britannia's, but I will reply. I apologise.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. You can you sometimes can get a bit behind with emails, can't you?
Yeah.
Koi Noob 71 wants to adopt your koala 1 ounce coin if you're not keen. They have quite the menagerie of Aussie silver animals.
Yes, I'm happy to let the koalas go. I'm not overly keen on them, but yes, more than happy to do that. Again, please email me. I promise you guys, give me a day or so, and I'll get back to you, all of you, with prices, and then we can sort it out. No problem at all.
Awesome. And Libel says, hi, good evening all. And it's awesome to have Libel in the comments. I remember Libel from one of our previous
Yes. Really got involved in our chats and all that. Libel, lovely to see you.
Absolutely. Shrimp Man, that's very nice of you, Trudell. I assume that was the offer of the donation. Bipolar Stacker, I presented the bell, so any more I won't miss. I pressed the bell, so we won't miss any more of your videos. Absolutely. If you've not pressed the bell for Cobra's channel yet, definitely do that to get the notification when he makes new videos, because every single one is an absolute piece of art these days.
Oh, thank you, brother. Yeah, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It does help a lot. And hopefully you'll enjoy the videos. There's a lot more coming. I've bought so much recently and I'm just trying to get through and do videos of them. So a lot more unboxings coming.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing them, mate, because some of the ones you've done recently have just been phenomenal.
Oh, thank you. I think Mrs. Cobra Stacker did a comment, but I didn't see it because it flashed up and went off. So I don't know if you can find that one.
Mrs. Cobra's asked if she can swap a bottle of Blue Label for the clock coin.
Now, they don't know about the Blue Label yet. It got released. Okay, guys, there's a video getting released at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And Mrs. Cobra Stacker made a very big error, and she has an apology for all whiskey drinkers out there. But I did put it up today and then realised that actually it sort of gave away some information that shouldn't have been given away. And therefore I had to take it down very, very quickly. And at the end of that video is a very funny video of Mrs. Cobra Stacker. And honestly, guys, I can't tell you how much of a support she is. She's an amazing woman. So, yeah, do watch that tomorrow. It is hilarious. And if you're a whiskey drinker, you are going to absolutely feel my pain.
Brilliant. Libel's let us know that she's bought some awesome new silver today. Achilles from the Legendary Warriors set, Shrek and Donkey, and Perth Mint Rabbit today. So some awesome pickups there for Libel. Ludovico Longi says, guys, sorry I need to go. It's a wonderful start. Thank you for sharing, Cobra. See you in the next one. Brilliant. Thanks for being here, Ludovico.
Ludovico, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate you joining us.
Awesome. Yeah. Creative Precious Metal says, lol, Mrs. C. Trudell says, I guess I have to start with a Silver Stacker video. Never did one before. Absolutely, Trudell. Why not? Definitely get one done with all
start. Start, absolutely start. I think all of us as creators were nervous about starting or thought, oh, is it worth it? I won't be that good or whatever. And your first videos may not be great. Someone has been going right through my videos, watching from the beginning and commenting, which was really nice. And it made me look back on some of them. Um, but once you start developing, and it is so much fun. It really is.
No, it is. It's absolutely a lot of fun, and yeah, it is a bit daunting. It's more difficult to speak on camera than you think it would be. Like you said in our last live, when you've got someone else to speak to, either it being someone in the live chat or somebody else doing a collab with you, it's so much easier than just speaking on your own to the camera, isn't it?
Absolutely. This is why I surprised you with this one, because I thought if I go on my own, it's going to be very hard to read messages and talk to people and everything else. And so I thought I need a bit of backup here, and you can read the messages and do it for me.
Absolutely. So, if anyone was wondering why I've been frantically setting up, it's because I had no idea I was going to be doing this until I was doing it. So, thank you so much, Cobra.
I apologise, bro, but I had to do it.
No problem at all. KW says smash the like button, and definitely, if you haven't smashed that like button yet, give that a smash. That would be absolutely awesome of you all. Jim Wen says, good morning, guys. Just turning in and out whilst at work. Oh, sorry, tuning in and out whilst at work. Good morning, Jim. What time is it where you are, buddy? Libel says the props Cobra Stacker is using are worth watching. His videos amazing. I agree, absolutely. I mean, just the props alone, if you didn't own any silver, I'd still watch your channel, buddy. It's so beautiful.
Thank you. I have spent a lot on the props, but I really do enjoy it. Mrs. Cobra Stacker absolutely goes mad at me for the amount of props I buy. But everywhere I go now, any shop I go in, I look at things, and it could be the most simplest thing, and I think I could use that. I could use that for this. I could use that for that. So I mean, there's a load more props coming, a load more things I've got which you haven't seen yet. So I can now read my messages. I've got it up on the computer. Mrs. Cobra says, hi, Libel. I'm very well, thanks. I hope you're well too. It's so much fun loving with him. Oh, okay, thank you. Living, I think she meant, but loving's nice. With him, he drives me mad. Love it. The most supportive woman I've ever met. She's amazing. She is amazing.
Awesome.
Jim, 6 o'clock in the morning. Jim has joined us and has watched the actual premiere, and I really appreciate that. 6 o'clock in the morning where he is. So thank you.
That is awesome, into that's some commitment at 6 a.m. I mean, I'm not even awake at 6 a.m., so that's absolutely amazing. Just to let Libel know, the plant that is growing out of Groot's head is a golden pothos, also known as devil's ivy, I do believe.
The what that's growing out of what?
The plant that's grown out of Groot's head.
Ah, okay. Wicked.
Libel was at comments, mate.
Nice. Bipolar says, where do people buy their silver? Any new places I don't know? I'd love to know more sites. Well, Bipolar, a lot of my stuff, honestly, has come from the Silver Forum. I can't big them up enough. They are absolutely a brilliant forum and brilliant people, very honest, very trusting. So Silver Forum all day long. And then obviously there's Atkinson's and there's Shards and all the rest. But if you want good prices and good people, Silver Forum. World Money Wins, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. I don't know if you saw the premiere. I hope you did, but if you didn't, it's up there for you to watch at any point. And that was a full stack reveal. I saw your video earlier, World Money Wins. So thank you for that. He's doing a drive-by visit as he's super busy. Well, thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
GNS Metals has joined us. Thank you very much. So we've got GNS Metals and we've got GNS Gold. Very confusing.
Yeah, that's going to get difficult, that one.
Yeah. So yeah, the gold, which I've collected up, I'm trying to increase my gold stack now, so I'll be doing that slowly. I am going to get rid of the little 1/20th, which has been claimed by someone. Someone has asked me for that, so they can have that, no problem. But I do love my gold as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, and you've got a decent amount of it, mate. I mean, that's a fair few odds there with gold coins.
Yeah, I love them, brother, and I love the 1 ounces. And I know, like, if gold goes up and all that, it'll be harder and harder for people to buy. And so I should sort of start looking at fractional a bit more. But I do love the 1 ounces, and I will complete the Queen's Beast in 1 ounce gold, 100%.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Can I just say, mate, my heart literally skipped a beat before you said that £5 coin was plated. I honestly, I was like, no way.
Yeah, I had to be honest about that one. I mean, it's a beautiful piece. Don't get me wrong; it really is. And if that was pure gold, oh my god! But no, it is plated with 24 karat gold. Beautiful piece, but you know, there's no added value for the gold plating on top. So remember that, guys. If anything's plated, you are getting no added value by that. You are just getting the silver content value and any premium which is on top for that. But a lovely piece nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've got some Mary Gillett coins that are layered in gold, and hey, it's beautiful to look at, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely, very very nice. Creative Precious Metal says, "Did you show the sovereigns?" I did show the sovereigns. I didn't go into detail, but I am going to make a video with all my sovereigns. But I'm just waiting for some display cases to come, which will hold the sovereigns really well. And then I'm going to make a video about them. I think I've got about 16 or 18 sovereigns.
Yeah, I think it was about that, if I remember right from the video. But that's a nice collection of sovereigns. I still haven't even got my first yet. I will have my first sovereign by the end of this year. I never have
Bro, look, they're the most liquid gold coin you can get throughout the world. They are known. They're not. I mean, you know, obviously there's an expense to them, but compared to say buying a 1 ounce, it's a reasonable amount to pay. They're the most liquid coin you can get in gold. They sell very easily. You see them flying in and out on the silver forum all the time.
Yeah.
So sovereigns are absolutely worth getting.
Yeah, no, definitely. I am a big fan of a sovereign. I'll tell you what got me into them when it was when I was a kid and I was watching a James Bond movie, and he had this briefcase and he pressed a little button on his briefcase and this little compartment came out. It was full of gold sovereigns, and ever since that day, I've always wanted to own one. So no, I definitely have to get one soon.
What was that on Bond? Did you say?
Yeah, it was one of the Bond films. You know how he gets like all the gadgets from
Yeah.
And it was he had a suitcase, and he pressed this little button on the suitcase, and this little thin compartment shot out, and he had about 6 or 7 sovereigns in it, or however many there was. But I always thought that was super cool.
I'll have to look for that one. Have you noticed the globe in the middle?
Yes, yeah, I saw that. It's that is super cool. That is. Is that a dragon?
It is a dragon in there, yep. And as the colours change, it just stands out so nicely.
No,
Really.
it does. That is beautiful, that, mate. Is that a new pickup then, or is that something you've had for a while?
No, that's a new one.
Really? You buy new props? I've no idea.
No, I mean, can you imagine how much more gold and silver I'd have if I wasn't buying props? Seriously.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, you'd probably have twice his stack, mate, but it wouldn't be as well presented. So I've got to say, I love Aragog. That is super cool.
Yeah, beautiful piece there. There you go. Look, and you know all the names of them, don't you?
Pretty much. I'm a big Potter fan too. I like Potter. I've got a copy of the Marauders map.
Well, I actually worked on the last 2 Harry Potter films. I did security for them, and then I did when they completed all the films. I did the after party with all the people who were in Harry Potter, which was absolutely immense, really amazing. So yeah.
Cobra, Bipolar Stacker is asking for a little bit of your assistance when it comes to the Silver Forum, buddy.
Yeah, what's he asking for?
He's looking to choose a membership, and he's asking which monthly payment should he choose between $5.99 or $19.99, and what's the difference on the Silver Forum?
Okay, so Bipolar, if you're just going on there for the first time, honestly, go with the $5.99 a month if you're happy to pay that. That lets you get instant access to whatever everyone's selling. So what happens is, if you're not a member, when people are selling stuff, you can't see it for 3 days after it's posted, which means all the members get to see it first and get the first pickings. So by having a $5.99 one, you get straight in there. If you go for the bigger ones, there are certain discounts you can get from different places. So, for instance, with Silver Angel, you get a 5% discount if you're a platinum member, etc., etc. So, I would start off, if you want, start off with the $5.99. Just make sure you're happy with it, which I know you will be, and then you can always upgrade later if you need to. But I would recommend anyone to become a member of the Silver Forum. As I say, $5.99 a month, but you will make that back in one sale. You know, literally buy one or two items, and you'll make that back every month. NGMD says you'll save the subscription on your first deal. There you go. Exactly what I said. Literally, you know, you can pick up stuff where you're paying £32 or whatever from anywhere else, and you're picking them up for 27s and 26s. And Britannia's I pick up sometimes on there for £24 and 24.80. So honestly, the best place to buy and sell.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's I do need to check out the Silver Forum soon. Finn Shaw says, he mentioned James Bond with sovereigns. I'm American, but I associate sovereigns with Sherlock Holmes. I'm sure Sherlock Holmes is just James Bond's granddad, you know.
maybe, but yeah, Finn. I mean, you know, all associated with Britain and yeah, obviously Bond with what he did with it. Obviously, I hadn't heard of that. And Sherlock Holmes, yeah, I'm sure he had a few sovereigns as well. But it's a great coin to get. Absolutely great coin to get.
Well, it goes back to what you were saying, doesn't it? With it's kind of it's associated with Britishness for sovereign, isn't it? You know,
yes,
what I mean,
absolutely. George and the Dragon, sovereigns, and they're known worldwide. I mean, but you've got mints in India who produce them. You know, all over the place, Australia, everywhere, sovereigns are made. So yeah. Coy said, "What sort of price should I be paying for the first 1 kilo Britannia?" Now, the Britannia kilos, the last one that was sold by the Royal Mint, I believe went for just over £1,000. They were selling them for with VAT. Without VAT, you're probably looking at £900 roughly. But I try with all my kilo coins. I mean, I have to be honest, with the Britannias, I did buy them from the Royal Mint, so I always paid the premium and the VAT and all the rest of it. You don't see them come up too often with the 1 kilos. So yeah, you're looking at about 900 to £1,000. But any other kilos I buy, like the kookaburras and all that, I try and get for 750 to 800. I don't want to pay more than that. If you look at what spot is at £20, say, if spot was at £20, you're looking at £640 for melt value of silver on a kilo. So that gives you an idea of where you're playing from. You have to allow for premiums. Obviously, premiums are there, but yeah, a bar would cost you £700 maybe, a coin £750, £800, and yet the Britannias will cost you a bit more, but I love them, absolutely love them.
Cool. Libelle's poor, and I just wanted to get your opinion on this, Cobra. She's put, I started stacking. I don't know if the term existed back then, when I read a comic book and Dagobert Duck dived in for a swim in his gold. That's what I wanted to do. Now, for me, that's Scrooge McDuck that used to dive into his gold. Is that not right?
Yes, but remember, where's Libelle from? That may be their version of it. But you are right, yes.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm getting at. Is that like a foreign version of Scrooge McDuck? Because I thought that was an American show anyway.
Possibly.
I mean, I'm not sure where Libelle's from, like you say, but yeah, no, I always used to, I used to love that show, DuckTales or whatever it was, and it's right.
Yeah.
Scrooge McDuck, he used to dive into his all his coins, didn't he? And I used to think that was so cool, and who didn't want to do that when he was a kid?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's like jumping on a bed with a whole load of notes as well, and it just throwing it all around. I've never done it. I wish I had, but there you go.
I'll tell you what I did last year. I'd always wanted to do this. I'd done a couple of big jobs and got paid in cash for them. And I just had this massive cash and I just sat there in my living room making it rain.
Yeah. NGMD also says it's worth mentioning that the members trawl the deals and usually give you a heads up. And he's absolutely right. So, a lot of the members in the Silver Forum know what each other like to get. So, for instance, they know I like kilo coins. They know I like certain bits of gold. And they'll always they'll tag me in a post to say, look, Cobra Stacker, there's something you might like. And that's really great. So once you get in there, do chat to the guys on there and get to know them and build up a reputation with them, because everyone looks out for everyone and sort of make sure that you do see what's out there. So yeah, really, really good. I cannot recommend the Silver Forum enough, and I mean that. I'm not getting anything for it. I'm not like sponsored by them, but I say it because so much of what I have is from there.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm gonna check it out by the end of this week. Libel has let us know she's from Germany, so Guten Tag to Libel.
There we go. What else have we got? I'm trying to look forward through these now. Mrs. Cobra Stacker, what are you saying? Uncle Scrooge in Donald Duck movies. It was Uncle Scrooge, she says, in the Donald Duck movies.
Yeah, Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his full name, wasn't it? And he was like Donald's uncle. Uncle Scrooge. And three little kids used to go and stay with him, didn't they?
That's it. Yeah.
World Money Wins puts that would be painful. Yeah, that was something I was going to get to. That coins don't become a fluid when you get lots of them together. It's just a solid surface.
And the trouble is, if you heat it up to make it a fluid, you're not going to be very comfortable in that.
Yeah, you might as well just jump onto it when it's a solid surface, really.
Yeah.
Libel's put, I somehow figured very early that the interest for a savings book would result in a loss of purchasing power. The money I got my confirmation, I'm Lutheran, I turned into gold. Well, that was a very wise investment, Libel. Well done.
Yeah. Mrs. Cobra says, GNS Metals, watch this space. What for? Why are they watching that space, Mrs. Cobra Stacker?
GNS Metal. Mrs. Cobra, maybe another stacker in the making.
Oh, yes. Yeah. She gets a few coins here and there. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Koi Cobra, do you try to stick to a monthly budget? No, I'm sorry, that's funny. I'm trying to keep my spending on precious metals to under 400 a month, but it's hard. Koi, you're absolutely right. Look, I did have a monthly budget, and I had a target of how much silver I wanted, and both went out of the window, and that's not good. So I'm directly saying to everyone, really, you should try and stick to a monthly budget. I am in a situation where I can play around a bit, so I'm in a fortunate situation, but it's taken me years to get there and a lot of hard work. So please, that is a very good point, Coy, and thank you for putting that in there. Do not follow what I do. Do it by your budget, what you can afford to do. Like my son has just got into it and he's getting excited by it, like we all do. And he wants, he's seen some of my stuff and he's like, oh, I want that and I want this. And I'm like, well, slow down, build up a base stack, nice and easy. And then, yeah, absolutely. If you want to get something, once you've hit that base stack and you've got the money, do it. But your bills must come first. Make sure everything is paid off and you're comfortable to survive the rest of the month. Let's say if you paid monthly, and then put some into this. But as you grow in this is not the only investment you should have. Don't have all your eggs in one basket. It's really important to diversify so that if gold and silver went down, it's not going to panic you and worry you. You've got other things in maybe Bitcoin or maybe stocks and shares or whatever it may be. But research everything really carefully. And please, please, please stick to a budget or make sure you can afford to do what you do. I can afford to do what I do, but I'm honestly saying to everyone, please do not follow my example and go, yeah, he could do it. I want to do it. It's not the way. But yeah, I can't stick to a budget is the truth.
Absolutely. Because I'd say to that, like you're not particularly the average guy when it comes to purchasing precious metals. You've got a better than average stack, is what I say. So no,
Yeah.
definitely don't try and keep up with Cobra. I certainly would never try and keep up with Cobra. I just couldn't do it.
And I love to show you guys, and I love to, when I get new unboxings, show you what they are, and enjoy that. But it doesn't mean you've got to pick up that stuff. And there are some things which I've bought where I've paid over the odds, and I can afford to do that. If I like something and I want it, I'll get it. But that's not necessarily the way to go. So please, guys, that is really important. CPM
never.
says, sorry, brother.
No, yeah, I was just going to compound on what you said. Never overspend, because you get emotionally attached to silver, don't you? And like you were saying on having other investments, it's a lot easier to sell a stock than it is to sell an ounce coin that you love, and to get your money back on your investments, you are going to have to sell it one day. So I definitely like to keep stocks and etc. into.
Absolutely, and it's like that 50 bar monarchy set. I do actually love that set, but I'm willing to let that go. I do want to invest a bit more into gold. I want to get some more gold. So yeah, I will let things go. I'm not going to hold on to it so preciously that I'll never sell it and all that. I don't see the point of having it if you're never going to sell anything if the price is right. In the same token, I do want to hand this down to my kids as well. So there'll always be something. If I reinvest it in something else, there'll always be something around, and then my son and my daughter will get it in the end. And meanwhile, me and Mrs. Cobra Stacker will enjoy it while I'm alive.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. For me, it's all about the what one day somewhere down the line there's going to be the next generation of my family sat in the solicitor's office, and they're going to get a very nice surprise. Because I'm not going to tell. I keep it very, very secret. Like my close family don't know about my precious metals, etc. And one day, it'll be. I'm hoping they'll get one of those movie experiences where the crazy uncle has gone, and all of a sudden they've got all this, gold and silver. That would be amazing. But that's what I'm in it for.
Yeah, brilliant. CPM says Cobra and a monthly budget don't go together. He's absolutely right. Bipolar says just paid my membership. Let's go. That's brilliant, Bipolar. I'm always in the silver forum. You can always message me under Cobra Stacker. Let me know if it's the same name you're under, and I will help guide you through that. NGMD. NGMD is also a major player in the silver forum, so I'm sure he'll help you with any advice you may need as well. Mrs. Cobra Stacker says that man can't stick to any restrictions on anything, i.e. props. I'm getting told off again. But she's right. I can't argue with that. Bipolar says NGMD, you will indeed, my friend. All right, okay. Mrs. C, the Pinocchio stacking. But NGMD, I never lie to her. I never, ever lie to her. So she knows what I'm getting, what I'm spending on. I will not lie to her. Libel says that's the best advice. We have a saying in Germany: small animals also create mass mess. It accumulates over time, and with precious metals, it doesn't really matter. And that's absolutely right. If you start stacking, it doesn't matter whether you buy one coin a month, one coin a week, 10 coins a week, whatever it is, it does accumulate very fast. And the thing is, you can't just, like with your card, you can go and just tap it and you're spending money, or you can go on Amazon and buy something and you're spending money. But with this, you can't just spur of the moment buy something. It is there. And then you don't want to spend it either. So I love this stuff exactly for that. It does save me money because I am bad. But with this, I'm not spending all the time. And if I am spending, I'm getting the enjoyment and saving at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say to Finn Shaw, when you watch a live, it won't always update on the thumbs up. There are more than 7 thumbs up with 21 watching. You probably just haven't refreshed on your screen.
But thank you, Finn, for saying put a thumbs up on, so if you haven't, please do it. It does help. And honestly, please, guys, subscribe. I know there's about 30% of people who watch my videos and they're not subscribed. we get all the statistics, people. We know who's watching. But yeah, please do like, share, and subscribe. It really does help us. And I want to give you the content, and I'm not earning anything out of it. I'm not monetized at the moment or anything like that. So I spend a lot doing them. But really, the best thing for me is knowing that you like them and you appreciate them. And that is the biggest thing for me. It really does push me on to make more videos.
That's awesome. That is cool. And you're not wrong about seeing the stats. We do see everything that's going off on the channels behind the scenes.
Stephen has said something which is absolutely right. Make sure you have a good foundation of sovereign coins. That's my advice to a new stacker. And buy what you like. Yeah, absolutely right, Stephen. Because as I said before, sovereigns are the most liquid gold coin. If you're starting and you haven't got a lot of money and you're young or whatever, then yeah, absolutely buy a bit of silver and all that lot. But if you're getting into gold, I would absolutely agree. Get sovereigns to start off with, and then build from there. They're the closest to spot that you'll get on gold, and a very liquid coin.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. The only thing I'd say there is it's pretty much what you've said. I don't think sovereigns are necessarily the best for new stackers, but most of the time, most people probably can't afford to be stacking sovereigns if they're new to stacking. A lot of exactly like you said, if you look in gold, go sovereign. If not, it's perfectly okay if you want to stack a bit of silver.
Absolutely right. And silver, it's a volatile one. I mean, it's gone right down at the moment, but everything is going down at the moment, and there are good reasons what's going on in the background. Myself and CPM were talking about this earlier, and this is just my thoughts on things. So this is not financial advice, or this is what's going to happen. But I think over the next 3 or 4 months, we're going to see everything going down for a little while. Do not panic. It's because of the Fed and another interest increase, and there may be one more, I reckon. And while that's happening, it's keeping the dollar stronger, which means all of our assets like silver and gold are dropping. And there's many more things going on in the world that's affecting it. But I do believe by the towards the end of this year and into next year, we are going to see some massive rises on things. I'm not talking all that clickbaity stuff of, silver will reach 3 figures, 4 figures, and all that. I'm not talking about that, but we'll definitely see a rise in stuff. And remember that silver and gold is seasonal as well. And towards the end of the year and the beginning of the year, we do see it go up a substantial amount and then drop through the middle of the year. So there are many things that affect it. But do not panic. Hold on to your stuff, and you only lose money if you sell when it's low.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you got any more advice for Bipolar Stacker? He's accidentally put his full name on the Silver Forum and needs to know how to change his name.
Okay, if you contact or message Chris Silver, so you'll find him quite easily. Look for Chris Silver. He is the main guy from the Silver Forum, and if you just write him a little message, which says, "I'd really like to change my name," and he will sort it out for you. Originally, when I signed up to it, I was called Gold Cobra because my YouTube channel was also called Gold Cobra, but people were finding it hard because there was a band called Gold Cobra, which is why I changed it to Cobra Stacker, and I got hold of Chris and he changed it for me, which I think NGMD has also said. So there you go.
Yeah. MGMG said that in the comment. I personally, I don't know if Silver Forum. I didn't know if you knew any other way to do that, buddy.
No, that's the only way. Talk to admin and they will sort it out for you. Libel, I'm also not thinking about myself so much. I buy for my 2 children and their children, and my 2 are educated and doing the same. Precious metals is generating wealth. Buyers appreciate the beauty. Absolutely right. It's a great thing for the kids, to be able to pass on. But also, as Libel says, if they're old enough, like my son, teach them to do this because, again, I've said it before. If I had started at a young age, I'd be in a very, very much stronger position than I am now. I'm lucky that my business has given me the opportunities it's given me, but I could have been a lot better off a lot earlier on in my life if I had started stacking at a younger age.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm trying to get my nieces onto it, but they're still far too young yet. I keep trying to say to them, if I give you this special coin, would you spend it? And I keep getting yes, and so we don't get the coins yet. But the day when when they tell me no, we wouldn't spend it because we understand it's special and we can't spend it at a shop, and I want to start getting them into 50p's. I've got them like. Sorry, go on, mate.
How old are they?
One's about 5 and one's about 11, I think.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but you've got to remember, I'm trying to get them in with this kind of stuff here, Cobra. So you've got,
yeah,
Peter Rabbit and the Gruffalo and Miss Tittlemouse. So it's kind of things a little girl would like, and I keep trying to get them like. If I give you this special coin with this picture on it, with a special picture, will you keep it safe? I'm like, now I'll go and buy some chocolate. Okay, I'll take that back.
Bipolar says, what was his name? It's Chris Silver. So silver as in silver. Stephen says, when I say sovereign coins, I mean the coin of your country, like Brits, Maples, etc., in gold or silver. Yes, so I get what you're saying. Absolutely right. The coin of your country is definitely one of the best ones to get because it is totally recognised in your country and everyone wants to get hold of them. So very liquid and very easy to move. For us in the UK, in gold, sovereigns are, as in the gold sovereign with George and the Dragon on it mainly. They're the ones to get. But yes, sovereign coins, as in the coin from your country, is very, very true.
Yeah, no, I think that's it's absolutely right. So a sovereign coin means the coin that's sovereign to your country, but I think it's just a little bit too confusing here in the UK. As soon as you hear sovereign, you think a gold coin, don't you? You know what I mean? And just to double check, when you say the George and the Dragon, is it that design right there?
Hold that a bit closer. Yes, that's the one.
That's cool.
I'm trying to remember the name of the artist now.
Benedetto Pestrucci.
Pestrucci. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
That's one of my favourite designs.
Yeah, it is a lovely design, actually. Finn says, you said that you were doing a face reveal soon. I'm guessing that you look like Orson Welles. Just my impression. Okay, I have to look up what Orson Welles looks like now because I don't know. But I don't think so, mainly because I'm brown. But a bit un-PC there, but there you go.
All I know, mate, is that Orson Welles did the voice of Megatron in the 80s Transformers cartoon movie.
Okay, I'll have to have a look. So, yes, there is a face reveal by both myself and the Stack Collector, and we are doing that at the Coin Show in London on the 2nd of September. So, any of you who can make it there, I know everyone can't, but anyone who can, we will be doing a face reveal there on bit of live here and there in there as well, where we'll probably show our faces. And then when we finish that, you may see a different take on my videos. So we'll see what happens there.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm thinking of doing the same thing. So like a seeing your face in the video kind of thing.
Yeah, up in the corner, you'll have my face talking to you as well as whatever we're displaying as well. There you go. So me and you have got the same idea.
Absolutely, with like a zoom up of the coin you're looking at as well. That's that'll be awesome. That will, mate. That will be awesome. Although I'm not entirely sure. I'm definitely going to be doing that. I'm going to see how well the face reveal goes down first. It might be best if I keep my face off camera.
Yeah, we'll judge that. NGMD says, "Are you going live streaming in London?" Yeah, I'd like to. I'll see if they allow us. But yeah, I'd like to go live over there. Not for the whole thing as I'm walking around, but definitely, the odd 15, 20 minutes, half hour here and there. Definitely, I'd like to do that. I'll have a look around first and then might go live with the Stack Collector if he's up for it.
Yeah, like I'm thinking we'll have a walk around, maybe buy a few things, then sit down, perhaps with a bite to eat, and then do a live and look what we've have a quick look at what we picked up, that kind of thing.
Sounds good. Definitely. Koi says, I have I've collected every single commemorative coin since
No,
decimalization, which is why I moved on to precious metals. LOL. Started with a Peerfort £2 coin. Wow, that must be an amazing collection then.
must that has got to be
Absolutely.
amazing. Yeah, yeah. I try and pick up every all the commemorative coins I can from now on, but every single one since decimalization. So that's 1971. Who wasn't anyone who wasn't aware. That is amazing going. That is.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is brilliant. Libel says, Finn, no, he doesn't look like Orson Welles. He looks like Teen Wolf on a bad hair day. That accidental face reveal was too funny. Don't, Libel, that was terrible. I can't believe I did that. That was me not having a shave. You know, when you do a live or something like that, you don't necessarily have a shave and look all good like you're going out because you're not going to show your face. And I did a total face reveal with a fag in my mouth. Yeah, absolutely terrible. That's not what I look like at my best. But yeah, I did probably look like Teen Wolf on a bad hair day. Absolutely right.
That's it. Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, I mean, it so easily happens. I mean, you've got to be careful when you jump on these lads. For some reason, I don't know why, it always starts it with the camera facing towards you. I suppose
Absolutely. Yeah. That
yeah, most vloggers want that, but when we're doing what we want, you want it the other way around.
yeah, that happened to me today twice. And for 1 second there, I thought I'd actually gone live showing my face again. And I thought, oh, that's how easily it can be done.
Yeah,
Bipolar has messaged Chris Silver. Well done, Bipolar.
awesome.
Finn LaBelle. I will have to see. But I should clarify the young one. Okay, don't know what that means. Koi 365 is always flashing his face in silver bar reflections. That's the other problem. If you get a real shiny, it's so
Yeah,
easy to do a face reveal. So
yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
I've done that God knows how many times.
Yeah, I just don't care because I'm going to be revealing my face anyway. So, I mean, the only thing I get bothered about is the exact same reason as you. I just don't, I look like a tramp half the time when I make videos. There's no need to look good. I mean, I'm even thinking of just having some sleeves cut up so I can just literally just wear the sleeves for the video.
Yeah. Yeah. Stephen, any more news on 365? Really, Stephen? You don't know yet? Come on, bruv. Look, 365. How are we going to say this, Stat Collector? Do we sort of say go and watch his last video properly, right to the end, and actually look out for a note that he has put towards the end, and you will totally understand. All is good with 365, but watch his last video properly, and you'll get it. All right. It's a little inside joke with everyone. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, all I can say is like what Cobra said. What definitely watch his last video in detail. But 365 is just going to be away from YouTube for a little while. Unfortunately, he's massively missed. Obviously, he's a huge pillar in the stacking community, not just for UK stackers, but global stacking community. But he's not going to be around for a little while, and we are anticipating his return as soon as possible.
And I'm sure on his return, there is going to be some amazing stuff to see. So, yeah, do keep an eye out. He will be back soon and absolutely immense. NGMD, where do you go from here collecting Cobra, or should I ask the missus? No, I will ask the missus, but no, I will carry on with what I'm doing. I want to increase my gold, definitely. I want to keep a lot of the silver I've got. I will carry on with kilo coins on them. I don't think I'm going to carry on so much with the proofs. Proof coins at the moment, guys, are not very good in the market. It doesn't mean they won't be again. They will be. But things are hard for people, and proof coins aren't the best thing at the moment. The two big coronation coins, I think some of you saw, there was only 200 of them made, and I have two of them. One of them will be kept and one will be sold, but that was bought for £2,390 a coin. So very expensive for silver, but really nice. But gold is going to be my aim at the moment, NGMD, with a bit of silver, which I like here and there as well. So I'm just going to carry on the way I'm going, really.
Yeah, I can't fault you with that. I've decided from now I'm going to concentrate on Predecimal Silver and try and get my albums filled up. I've been buying too many proofs myself this year. I've spent over £1,000 last month on coins, and I didn't get a lot of coins to show for it. So I want to get a bit more for my money for a little while, and then maybe look at getting some more proofs later on. But definitely for now, it's gonna. I've bought a fair bit of bullion and proofs recently. I want to get my Date One albums filled up.
Fair play. I think you might have. I'm hoping for you that on the coin show you'll actually have a good opportunity to pick up some of the bits you need.
Yeah, no, me too. That is definitely. I'm definitely excited. I'll give you a little spoiler of a recent pickup I've got. I love this one. It is a 925 sterling silver Edwardian florin, and this is my favourite design florin because this is the one with the Standing Britannia coming out of the waves there. And I absolutely love that coin. So they're just beautiful silver coins, and I definitely want to get a few more. But I've picked up a few florins for the book. I've got the Edwardian one there, and if I can find them both, here we go. We've got two Georgian ones as well. So definitely be popping them in the book soon.
And I think the nice thing about them is they've got some actual history to them as well, which is really good. Where a lot of the stuff I get is very modern. But I will show you one thing that I have. I was going to do an unboxing of this, but for you guys who have stuck around and with us, I'll show you now. So KW has put silver maples. I think you're going to like this one, KW. This is a little tribute to you. He's out in Canada. This is a 10-ounce maple with 2 leaves on it.
Beautiful.
Really, really nice. So that's another 10-ounce addition to my stack. So that's a Canadian maple 10-ounce. There you go.
Yeah, Finn wanted to confirm when he said he was the younger one. He weren't sure what he was talking about. It was he's saying that you look like the younger Orson Welles, not the older one. And
Okay.
just a fun fact about Orson Welles. I said about him being in the Transformers movie. I actually believe that was the last movie he ever made. So the great actor Orson Welles, who was an absolutely amazing actor, the last film he ever made was a voiceover for the cartoon Transformers film, and I just think that's quite funny.
Brilliant. CPM trying to be funny again. Definitely the older, heavier version, Finn. You're saying I'm fat, CPM? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, we're going to be face to face at the coin show. Be careful what you say. No, I'm playing.
Well, I'm not saying you're fat, but I'm saying you're heavy.
Oh, I'm heavy. No doubt about that. Coy says nobody needs to see my ugly mug in my TikToks. LOL. It's all about the silver. Do you worry about security implications of showing your faces? That's a very good question, Coy. Now, the thing is, this is something in the stacking community that obviously people worry about, and rightly so, because we're obviously stacking a lot of stuff here. Now, I have some very secure places. One of the places I have an actual man guard on it constantly, not because they're guarding my stuff, because that's a place where I actually have a guard on it 24 hours a day, and so I keep some of it there because I know there's always someone there. And it's all over the place, so I don't worry about it so much. My face has been out there for some time with the celebs I take care of and all that sort of stuff. No, I don't worry about it too much. But it is definitely something worth thinking about. And every individual stacker would have to look at their own circumstances. I mean, if they kept all their stuff in their house, there's ways to track people down quite easily, and then it would be a problem. There's very little kept in my house, and so therefore I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, no.
What about you?
That's fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I understand why people would be worried about it. For me, I'll be honest with you. Which one's more likely? Someone who's going to track you down off the internet from your face, or some local drug addict's just going to, by off chance break into your house? There's always a risk involved. I've made it so it's going to be very, very, very difficult for anybody to find it. We're not going to be taking my silver. If anyone breaks in, we're taking other things. You know, because
yeah,
things out in the open like TVs and laptops and stuff like that we're going to nick. I'm insured, so worst case scenario, if it goes, I mean, it's all heavily documented. The insurance company can't question what silver I own. I can just give them the YouTube channel and say, well, there's my proof of ownership. So,
yeah.
you know, and it's one of those things. You know, there's always a risk to everything in life, and I've made it so if anyone did go to that amount of effort, it's not going to be easy for them, even if they was able to track me down. So I think there's going to be more positives than negatives. I also see other YouTubers. You know, you got to remember, you know, any YouTuber who's rich showing his face, you know, they're going to have a lot of money lying around the house anyway, aren't they? Just in
Absolutely.
high-end things. So I don't think there's a lot more risk than any other YouTuber who's got a lot of money showing their faces. I've got a good security system. I've got CCTV cameras hooked up to every part of my property. You know, links directly to the security system and the police, etc. So yeah, it's there is a risk, but I'm not particularly too worried myself.
No, I agree. And yeah, there you go. So yeah, I'm showing my face whether you like it or not. You might not like it, the face that is, but there you go.
Yeah, exactly. And also the way I see it, Cobra, is look, like we said earlier, people are going to see your face through silverproofs. At some point or another, people are going to get, you know, they'll be able to freeze frame it and stop it. And they'll, you know, you're not ever going to completely stop people being able to see the odd flash here. So, you know, it is what it is. And I just want to get to know you all that much better.
That's it. So what else have we got? Where are we? Koi only got one Queen's Beast 10 ounce, which I sent to NGC. The slab is hilarious. I bet that's a fair size slab. Yeah, I was thinking of slabbing one of my kilo coins, and I thought it's just going to be massive in it. It's just going to be really big.
Slab for a kilo coin.
Yeah, there is absolutely. Well, those coronation ones, the ones that cost me a lot of money, I was thinking of sending one of them to NGC. And I'll do that through Gold Digger Dave because he is absolutely immense with getting stuff done through them. I don't know. I'm still in two minds about that, whether I do slab one of them.
I've got a question for you because I'm in two minds over one of my coins. I'm thinking of getting a Star Wars silverproof 1 ounce slab. What are you thinking? What do you think to that? Because it's a low mintage, it's 3,000. You know what I mean?
Well, look, the way I look at it is there are a lot of Star Wars fans out there who don't even stack. So for them, slabbing or not slabbing won't make no difference if you wanted to sell it. But slabbing does actually put it on record, and not everyone does it. So out of that 3,000, you may only get 5 or 10 people who slab it. The one thing to remember with silver, though, is that you may not get the result you want straight away. So you've got to make sure it's never been touched. And again, Gold Digger Dave is brilliant because he can do restoration work to it if need be before he sends it off. So it gives you the best chance of getting a good grading.
Yeah, it's a silver proof in this box. It's never seen the light of day, mate.
Absolutely. I'll do it then. Well worth doing. I'll give you a contact to Gold Digger Dave. I would say, do it because you'll be one of the only coins which has been slabbed with a grading on it.
Yeah, because same as I don't know if I told you why, but I ended up buying this silver proof set twice for the 50p amber 1 ounce of the Star Wars one, purely because I bought them, and then I realised that the mistake I made, that I'd not bought the whole 4 set, and I just bought them individually. And I thought to myself, do I really want to be stressed out of my mind at 9 o'clock in the morning another 3 times? We've sat there at the PC waiting, hoping I get there in time to get it, because I'm in the set now. I can't not get them all. So I was like, no, you know what? I'm buying them again. And then I'm going to sign up to all 4 sets. And then I'm not going to worry. I've got them, and you know, it's going to be it'll just be a lot easier. And it's and I'll have a spare of them. But with Star Wars coins, I'm sure I'll do something with them at some point, if not sell them. You know what I mean? So
I've done the same. My silver proof of the Star Wars, the 1 ounce one, I've ordered 2 4 sets, and 50p's I've ordered 1 4 set. So I will have a spare set. So yeah.
Future investments just turned up. He said, hi guys, I just knew TSC would be on with you. Love that. I just like to say to Future, I'm glad you knew that, Future, because I had no idea, mate.
Yeah, he didn't know. He didn't know. I literally was setting it up and I thought, yeah, I need someone who's going to talk as well. NGMD has said, and I did advertise his page. Gold Digger Dave has a YouTube channel, which is absolutely right, and he shows all the stuff he slabbed, how he does it. There's some immense stuff there. So definitely, if you haven't seen Gold Digger Dave, go over to his YouTube channel and have a look if you're interested in NGC slab coins or grading and all that sort of stuff. And he's top of his game. He really knows his stuff. This is Cobra Stacker. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone. I have an early start tomorrow. Have a good night. Darling, thank you so much. Love you, and I will chat to you soon.
Awesome. Yes, nice having you here, Mrs. Cobra Stacker, as always. And you have a nice rest.
Future says, both backdrops are looking sexy as always. Well, I think on this one, to be fair, I have been beaten by the Stack Collector. I am actually in my office. And so I've just done a little setup there. But future Stack Collector, we talked about this the other day. I love your city backdrop. Tell the guys how that came about.
Yes. Well, I was going to throw it away. It's a canvas wall art, and it's got something's been spilled on it, and it's like a bleach stain on it. So I had the bin open and it's in my hand. I was just about to let go of it and put it in the bin, and I saw it and I thought, you know what? I think that looked quite good of a backdrop in my videos, so I brought it in and put it in the back, and I just love the way it looks like I'm sat here, looking over a bay at a fancy city, but I'm not.
I think it's brilliant. NGMD has said slab the kilo proof. Do you know what? I really have been thinking about it, and as I say, there's only 200 of them, and I reckon if I slab that, it will be one of the only ones slabbed. So I think I might do it. Do you know what? NGMD, I'm going to do it. I will be giving Gold Digger Dave a call in the morning, and I'll send it over to him, and he can send it on its merry little way.
What are the costs involved in getting a coin slab?
Look, I'll be honest. You have to talk to Gold Digger Dave to get the actual cost, but I mean, I don't think it's that much for a 1 ounce coin. So where I did my Britannias, which were the error coins, off the top of my head, and please don't quote me on this because I'm not sure, I reckon it was about 40, 50 quid a coin. They have to be checked by Gold Digger Dave. Then he takes them to the London office. The London office sends it over to America. They do all their bits and pieces. They grade it. They put it on their computer system. So there's a barcode on it. You can literally look up your coin anytime on that system. Then it has to be sent back from America. And then he goes down and collects them all. So there's a lot to it. And I think, and please, as I say, don't quote me, Gold Digger Dave will give you the proper price. But for a normal 1 ounce, I think it's about 40 or 50 quid. I may be wrong.
Yeah. You see, I'd love to own a slab coin, and it's like you say, when you're going to slab a coin and you're going to pay this that much to put it in the slab, it should really be worth it, shouldn't it? You shouldn't, I'm not going to just take an old florin like that and put it in because it's just not going to be worth it.
No, but with the proof coins, and as I say, remember, guys, at the moment proofs aren't doing that great, but that's because of the way of the world at the moment. They will go back up. It happens, but normally slab coins do gain quite a bit of premium because they're slab graded and officially registered. So I think it's worth it. When I got my 4 coins back, which were slabbed, I absolutely loved the slabs. I just felt they were well protected and they'll always be protected. I bought a nice case for them, and I will be slabbing some more of my coins that I really like. So I think it's worth it, definitely.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just toying with the eye, but what I might do is buy two each of the 1 Aussies for the Star Wars, keep one in box, and have like a set of Star Wars proof slab coins. I think that's a good set to start with me slabs.
I think it's worth doing. Also, do remember, bro, that some of these old coins you've got, if they're in good condition, all that, getting them slabbed ain't a bad thing. But if they're a coin, I mean, about these older ones and how many there are out there. If there's a massive mintage of them and they're really common coins, then it's not worth doing. But if you've got something a bit rare, even if it's old, it's definitely worth slabbing.
See, I might see if I can get this to. I might slab this because this is a 1799. So this halfpenny was minted in 1799, and it's still in absolutely fabulous. Oh, it's so old it does a vertical split, but if you can see that,
yeah,
that's in fabulous condition for a 1799 coin. So I've toyed with the idea of send this one off to get slabbed.
Well, again, Gold Digger Dave will tell you. He knows his coins inside out, and he will tell you whether it's worth doing or not. He's very honest, very straightforward, and he'll say, "Look, it might not be worth it," or "Yep, that's a good coin to slab," or whatever else. So, do talk to him. Definitely, honestly, he's a great guy. I've phoned him up so many times. He never feels like it's a chore or anything to talk to me. Got a lot of respect for that guy. A lot of respect for him. Future Investment says, Cobra, I would love to know more about your business. How did you get involved in security, and how long have you had that business? Very briefly. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Before you answer, Future, KW's going because he's off to meet his brand new grandson. So I just wanted to say goodbye to KW before you went, mate.
KW, congratulations, bro. Really, really congratulations. I hope your daughter and baby are absolutely fine and good. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really do appreciate that. Cool. So Future Investments, very briefly, without going into major detail, but I back in the day, I was a young lad, and there was a lot of skinheads around and a lot of racism. And as a kid, I was beaten up quite a bit by them, and then I became a fighter, and I started fighting, and and then I moved to East London, which can be quite rough, or it was quite rough, and I had a fight with a guy from the pub. There was a group of guys and all that lot, and then the landlord of that pub asked me if I would work for him. And he meant behind the bar because I could also handle myself. So I started working behind the bar, doing my own security and stuff like that. And then I got onto club doors, all sorts of things like that. And then I started my business because I had built up such a reputation from a young age, and I was well known within the security community. I started my actual security firm about 12, 13 years ago, and that just grew and grew and grew. I have some massive contracts with Adidas, Under Armour, all sorts of stuff. We do some massive film sets and take care of a lot of the big celebrities. So that is a very brief insight. And if you come down the Coin Club, we'll sit down. I'll tell you all about it properly. But that's roughly how it happened.
It is so cool, and I do want to talk more about it. I think it's absolutely so cool what you do over. Yeah, definitely Future. You need to come down to the coin show and meet us, mate.
Yeah, no, he does. I would love to meet him. There's a lot of friendships being built here in a massive way. And I would love to meet a few people face to face. Libel Future Investments, easy. You get an SIA license, and you can only employ people who have SIA license. The best security firms are ex-special forces and still need an SIA license. Yeah, Libel's right. To actually work in security in this country, you do need an SIA license. There are different forms. So you've got your basic security guard, then you've got a door supervisor, then you've got close protection, which is the bodyguard type of thing. The best security firms, Libel was saying, is ex-special forces. Yes, sometimes, but not always, because they are very rigid in their ways, because they have always had to be told exactly what they're doing. And sometimes you need to use your own, what do they call it? Not common sense. Initiative. Thank you. Yeah. So, absolutely. Special forces. I've got a lot of respect for the forces, but they are not always the best in close protection in the normal public sector. But if they're going to red areas all over the world, yeah, absolutely brilliant. So it depends on what they're doing.
Yeah, I was going to say it's horses for courses on that one because an ex special ops security force might be a little bit too heavy-handed for public crowd
Absolutely.
control. And you missed one level off there, actually, Cobra. I did a security job a few years ago without an SIA.
Stewarding.
Steward, yes,
Yeah,
the lonely steward.
yeah, but you don't need an SIA badge for that.
No, you don't. But and you're not a real security guard. You can't do the same things as what the security staff can do. You
No,
can't.
stewards are more there for public safety and guidance and information and just general things like that. But they're very useful, and we use them a lot, and they are great guys.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of fun doing little security jobs as a steward in the past, and if you know people in the industry and you get a chance to do that, that's something I can definitely recommend.
Mellow Stacks has joined us. Oh, Mellow, I am so pleased you've joined us, and I'll tell you why. The first Gore I ever won was Mellow Stacks, and I came fourth, and he sent me his stickers, and I haven't got my board here. And unfortunately, Mellow, I put your sticker at the bottom of this board, and it seems to get blocked every time I put my displays up. And I swear, if I will happily do a sticker swap with you again, because I would love to have another sticker of yours where I can put it in a more prominent position, because I have always watched your stuff, and Mello was one of the first people that I watched and got his stickers from. So Mello, it's really an honor to have you here. I know you. I don't think you saw the full reveal, the full stack reveal. Please go back and watch that sometime. But yeah, a lot of love for Mello, and absolute gentleman, absolute gentleman. So really, really good to see him here.
Yeah, can I just say, do you find it possible at all to watch one of Mello's videos without, as soon as it starts, singing along to "Hello, it's
It's
Mello,
Mello.
and I'm back with another video"?
Love it, absolutely love it.
I can't not join in every time it comes on, Mello. I'm glad I've had this chance to tell you that.
Absolutely brilliant. He's got that wicked little jingle. Guys, if you have not seen Mellow Stacks, you have to head over and go and watch his videos and subscribe. Absolutely brilliant guy. Really, really, really. I wish he could sing it now for us. Hello, it's Mello. Brilliant.
Just to let future know, I'll WhatsApp you all the details about the meet, mate. That's no problem at all.
Stephen says that you new guys have inspired me to start making videos again. Thanks for the inspiration, Steve. Please do it. Our community is building so well. Really, there's so much good information between us all, and it'll be great to have you with us as well. And if you did it before, you know what you're doing. Let's get going again.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, Steve. I can't wait to watch one of your videos and perhaps even maybe collab with you on your live one day.
Yeah, that would be brilliant. In fact, saying that, Mello, would you do me the honour of a live one day, doing a link up live? It would be brilliant. I'd love to chat to you. As I say, yourself, Backyard Bullion, were some of the first videos I watched before I started doing mine. So yeah, if you would do me that honour, that would be great. I will communicate with you and see if we can sort that out. Emerald Coast has joined us, or maybe was there already, but welcome. That's brilliant to have you with us as well.
Absolutely. Great to have you here, Emerald. And just to say to LaBelle, because LaBelle said Special Forces Security actually just need to look at potential offenders and they offend would back off. It's a psychological thing. And what I was getting at before that, she put, no, Special Forces are not heavy-handed at all because they know they can kill with their hands only. And I don't mean literally heavy-handed in a physical way. They've got a very domineering and rigid presence, which can be quite, a lot of time with crowd control, you just want people that can keep it so it doesn't kick off in the first place. Would you agree with that, Cobra?
Yeah, I mean, look, I have had an affinity with the military for a long time. As I said before, I went to an all-boys military school, and we were linked to 2 Para. A couple of my pubs have been military pubs, which I ran with the Royal Engineers and the Gurkhas. So I have a lot of affinity with them, but I also know exactly how they work in security. And as I say, horses for courses, there are right places and wrong places for them. I have blatantly seen myself that in close protection when you put them with a celebrity, they're too rigid and sometimes do not take into account that the celebrity doesn't want to be ordered around and wants to be able to relax. And it's getting that balance of being able to keep a celebrity secure, but also giving them as much freedom as you can in the same way. So, yes, LeBell, trust me, I know military sides of things very well, and I have a lot of respect for special forces, but sometimes they aren't always the best. Not because of their capabilities. Their capabilities are immense, but for certain situations.
Yeah, I think maybe sometimes they're a bit too good. I mean, I've spoken to you before. I used to be in RAF Reserve. I was in VA Cadets when I was younger, and I think personally the problem you can get with ex-military security is, and it's not their fault, but they're used to giving and receiving orders in a certain way, and the public or celebrities don't necessarily respond in the same way as what the military do.
That's right, absolutely right. They're your client or your principal rather, and it's not everyone wants security with them all the time in close protection. Some are forced to have it by their management, and they feel like it is a burden for them and controlling for them. So some of the military guys don't understand that so well, and can be too pushy on it. Mellow Stacks has said he would love to do a live with me, so that is going to happen. I will be in contact with you, Mellow. My email is on all of my descriptions of my latest videos. Please send me an email, and we will sort out a time and date for that. I'm really excited about that. Really, really excited to do a live with Mellow.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for that. That'd be so awesome. I will so be there in the comments, mate. I can promise you that 100%.
Yeah. LeBell, brilliant. My husband was 21 SAS or 21 SAS, not 22. He was Signals SAS. Yeah, I mean, they are brilliant. I was taught my close protection by someone who was 21 SAS. And yeah, absolutely amazing guy and brilliant at what he taught us. And he was the one who actually told us also about how sometimes ex-mil can be a bit too rigid. But I have the utmost respect for him. Utmost respect for him.
Yeah, no.
Emerald says, interesting conversation. Thank you. Future says, guys, I'd love to keep watching, but I'm absolutely exhausted. Barley filmed and uploaded a video tonight, but got it done strong, but sleep needed for me. Catch up soon. Hey, Future, thank you, brother. Always an absolute pleasure to have you around. And you are coming to the Coin Show.
Well, yeah, all I'm going to say is don't be surprised if a dark van pulls up outside your house that morning, a very, very large Asian guy and a mildly large white guy get out and drag you into the back of it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely. You've got to be there.
Yeah, and just to say to Future, I'm driving down there and back the same day. So if you do want to lift, I'm more than happy to give you one.
Yeah, brilliant. No, we've got to get together. It's a one-off thing. We've got to get together. What we got? Stephen says, I worked in security for 20 years for BT. We have a saying, the man can leave the army, but the army never leaves the man. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. That is built in. It's a lifestyle. It's your whole life when you're in the army, and it takes over. And as I say, they are absolutely brilliant, and I have the utmost respect for them. For certain situations, not always for others, but I can't knock them. I've got a guy who's an ex-Marine who works for me now, and he does close protection, and he has adjusted himself, and he is absolutely brilliant. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not saying that, and nobody who leaves the army is going to be good in close protection security. It's just, I think Stephen put it perfectly in that saying, the man can leave the army, but the army never leaves the man. And that's not a bad thing.
No,
that's not a bad thing. To be a trained soldier, you get a lot of discipline. You get a lot.
Absolutely.
And like what you're saying, Cobra, on the jobs where you want that level of, of strategy and that level of cooperation, you've got that much going off. They're the guys you want, 100%.
Well, I've got a very high risk job which has come in recently, and I'll be doing that in a couple of weeks. And I would definitely have all the ex-military with me who I have in my firm.
Yeah.
Because it is a high risk job. There is some real risk there. So yeah, absolutely, that I would have them on that. So it really does depend on who you're taking care of and what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. When it's low risk and you've just got to deal with the public, you want your nicest, friendliest person there to keep everyone
absolutely
happy.
Yeah,
cool.
Definitely. So there we go. That's putting all the security side of it in there. That keeps coming up.
Get used to that, Cobra. Yeah, I mean, we are so intrigued by what you do. I mean, to you, it's your job and it's what you do every day, and it's the most normal thing in the world, and it's probably boring and it's your work you don't want to talk about. But we want to talk about nothing else, mate.
Well, I appreciate that. And this is the thing: people do think with close protection it's all glamour and all that lot, and it really ain't, guys. Yes, I mean, don't get me wrong. We can sometimes stay in beautiful hotels and we can eat beautiful meals in top restaurants, but a lot of the time it can be very boring, waiting around, planning loads of stuff and working it all out. And then, in the public eye, we might only be in the public eye for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then it's back to the rigmarole again. So it's not always exciting.
Yeah, no, it's any job in reality of it, really. It's not what you think, but that's Should we move it back onto silver and gold for a bit, or
let's do that? Definitely.
I think we should. Definitely after such an amazing video from your good self, mate. I mean, I want to go back to the full stack review and just get out what everyone's favorite piece was who watched the video. I think we for me, I bought it off you already, so that was my favorite piece.
Yeah. I mean, that would be interesting to find out what people found to be their favorite pieces in that stack that you saw earlier on. And if you didn't see it, please do go back and watch it at some point. So yours was definitely the ring then. That was your favorite piece.
Yeah, the Ring of Power, Lord of Rings. It just touched my my geek vibes there. But I mean, there's some close. I mean, all the Dragons ones are amazing, and you've just got so many amazing coins. So it's difficult to choose, but I think that one was the one that stood out the most.
Fair play. Well, GNS Metal says, "Oh no, not that one." He's just saying hi. Lee says a silver Colt. Yeah, I absolutely love that piece, and I'm gonna let you into a little secret, Lee. I have. Oh, do I say it? Do I say it? Do I not say it?
Spoilers on the lives. You've got to.
All right, yeah. Spoilers on lives. You guys deserve it because you're here. I'm having a 1 kilo gun being made for me at the moment. A 1 kilo silver gun. That Colt really got me. I loved it, but obviously it's only 2 ounce and it's only small. But I'm having a 1 kilo full size gun made. So yeah, look forward to that one, guys. CPM Lord of the Rings ring. He likes that one as well.
Yeah. It's unlucky CPM because it seemed to be mine. My precious.
That laugh. I want to ask GNS Gold what his favourite one was, and I might tell you why in a minute. But let's see what else we've got. I'm surprised my father was so lovely. He got conscripted into I can't say that. I apologise for my pronunciation, but yeah, amazing.
Well, I mean, I wanted to just touch on that. I mean, it's not. There was 2 forces in the German army. There was the regular German force, and there was the SS. And the regular German army were just normal people who got conscription to fight in a war. They were just, they were just normal soldiers. And I think a lot of people forget that. The normal German army was not the SS. So it's very plausible that he was a lovely guy. There was a lot of regular German troops that absolutely were normal guys that were forced to do something they didn't want to
do. Lee has put M16 and AK-47. Lee, it's going to take a lot more than 1 kilo of silver to make a full-size AK-47 or M16. Now, I'd love that. Trust me, I would, but it's not going to happen. No, it'll be a pistol of sorts, or I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to tell you anymore.
Yeah, no more spoilers.
GNS Metals has made me laugh. He's put Stack Collector. Are you a Buddhist?
Yeah, the funny thing about that is no, I don't really assign to Buddhism, but I do find Taoism very, very interesting. Taoism is very, very similar to Buddhism. But yes, I'm getting more and more into it. The difference is Taoism looks at more energies in the universe, where Buddhism is more enlightenment through the physical self. But they are very, very similar, and I am very interested in both religions. I think they both spread peace and love, and I think we should avoid that in the world.
And very connected to nature as well. I think GNS Metals, the reason you've asked that is because he's got some Buddhas in his backdrop. That was because of me, because I always had Buddha in my backdrop. And then what I really love is that TSC has now put a little symbol of a lot of the stackers that are regular in our community, and he's got little symbols for each one. And the Buddha was placed there for me, which I really appreciated. So yeah.
That guy right there, yeah, absolutely. That is the Cobra Stacker mascot, and I am looking to add loads more mascots as soon as possible. I'm trying to think of what to give to different people that would make sense. But yeah, I mean the reason I own the statues is I'm quite.
I'm just going to stop you very quickly. Sorry, brother. Only because Mello has put he's got to run. You gentlemen and folks in the chat, please have a great evening. Catch up soon. And I just want to say bye to Mello. Thank you so much for joining us. That really, really means a lot to me. Thank you, Mello.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing to have you here, Mello. I'm a huge fan of your channel myself, and I highly recommend anyone who hasn't checked out Mello to go ahead and do so. You take care of yourself, buddy, and I will definitely see you soon on your channel, mate.
Brilliant. Yeah, sorry, carry on, brother. Sorry to interrupt you there.
No, I think I was pretty much coming to the end of what I was saying anyway, buddy. That's absolutely fine.
Cool. GNS Metals, I thought you were a Buddhist, seeing a few Buddha figures. GNS Gold, honestly, you might be shocked, but GNS Gold, honestly, you might be shocked, but it was a Thor. Two reasons. Beautiful detail, and reminds me of myself last year when I was trying to grow my hair.
That's me too. That is me too. But I assume by the 4 he means not the marble coins, but the Silver Angel bars, because they were.
I think so. Yeah. So Silver Angel, I've talked about them many times, and they're the ones who made my big 1 kilo Cobra Stacker coin and my 1 ounce Cobra Stacker coins. GNS Gold, I'm going to ask you one question, and you will have to comment on in the comments. Do I tell them is the question. All right. And we'll see what you say. The rest of you will find out if he says yes, what I'm going to tell you. Stephen, I know a guy in Minnesota area who poured the best gun pours I've seen. Now that is very, very interesting, Stephen. If you still know the guy, put him in touch with me. You never know. Lebel says the Norse Dragon showed on the other day has a name. His name is Fafnir. See, I love this. I love it when you guys have that little bit of extra information. That just gives me a little background on stuff. So Fafnir, I may be saying that wrong, but Fafnir is the Norse dragon out of that 6 dragon collection set. CPM says, Cobra, if the silver price went up enough, would you convert to gold? And if so, how much of it? Now, that's a very interesting question. If the silver price went up, I would probably sell some of it. And depending on what the price of gold was, because if gold went up as well, would I convert? I don't know. I think I would always like to have a minimum of 1,000 ounces of silver, is my honest answer. I don't want to drop under that. Just as a nice backup, having a bit of silver and a bit of gold is very important. But yes, I would definitely sell some of it. Okay, GS Gold has a lot of laughy faces, and he's then put, I will leave it to you, but I'm happy for you to do it or to do. GS Gold is my son.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So it's the first time he's joined us on any lives or anything like that. He's just started stacking. I've been talking to him a load, and he's bought a few coins, and he's just starting, so he's learning. And this is the first time he's joined us on a live or anything like that. So it's lovely to have you here, son. And yep, there you go, guys. G and
That's
S
so
Gold
awesome.
is my son.
That's so awesome. So yeah, because you were saying before that your son had just got into stacking. I think it wasn't in this; it was on the video before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, is there any chance of GNS Gold channel coming soon at all, or?
Well, I don't know if he'll have time for that. He is actually working very, very hard in the firm, and he will be taking over from me slowly. So he's going to be very, very busy. As I said before, I'm looking at semi-retiring at least. So I don't think he'll have time to do that. But I hope he'll be joining us a lot more. And I have talked to him about doing an interview with him about how he feels about it all and what's made him go that way and what does he understand about it so far and what more he wants to learn. So I'm hoping we'll have an interview with him.
Sorry, Pooh, but GNS Metals just put a comment that made me absolutely hilarious about he's pretending to be more like my son with similar name as me.
Well, do you know what the really funny thing is? GNS Metals, I did say to my son, GNS Gold, that GNS Metals was on the other day, and I was going to make a comment jokingly with him, thinking it was my son, and then realised it weren't. So I was going to be cheeky the other day at GNS Metals, and then luckily realised that it wasn't actually my son.
Well, do you know what? I've got an old YouTube. Alexa, stop. I've got an old YouTube account, and the amount of times I nearly replied to people from my old account, and then I'm like, oh no. So it's easily done, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I bet you didn't send it, right? Yeah.
CPM says, hi GNS, now you're known as Cobra Junior. Nice to meet you. So there you go, Cobra Junior, GNS. That's your new name. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Fafnir is correctly pronounced. Thank you, Livell. I appreciate it. I'm terrible. My pronunciation sometimes of some of these words or some of these characters is terrible. Terrible.
Oh, mine too. I dare anybody to try and pronounce the mint that makes the 500-gram Noah's Ark.
Which
Wow,
one
that
is
one.
it? Go on, say it.
Oh wow, it's the
Say it, bro.
it's the Leipziger Edelmetall Berdunzings.
What?
Yep.
Say that again.
Leipziger Edelmetall Berdunzings.
Libel will be able to say it. I know that.
Yeah, and the bell. Yeah, please let me know if I got that one right, because I think I'm getting quite good at it now. It's a subsidiary of Geiger. They make the 500 jam coins, and I reviewed it on the channel once, and I had to say who made it. And I looked at the name, and I was like, oh my word, that's a full screen in one name.
Well, Tridel has just put there's a famous German bullion coin. There's Geiger or coins produced for other nations like Somali elephant, Noah's Ark, probably more, but no iconic German coins. Could be a bad image. Could be the bad image from the past. I don't know if you saw in the actual video, the thing I put out. I've got the kilo Geiger there and a 10-ounce Geiger.
Yeah,
the square one.
Yeah, it's right though, isn't it? Because there's no like standard German bullion like a Philharmonic or a Britannia or a Maple.
No, very true. Very true.
You need to have a word and then get a German bullion sorted for us.
That'd be amazing. GNS Gold, my son, said Cobra Junior. I like that. Change your name, then everyone will know who you are.
I love the
Cobra
emoji.
Junior, that would be brilliant. How old is GNS? Is he a kid? Maybe 15. No, he's older than 15. He would not be taking care of my firm if he was 15 years old. I will let him put his age on there if he wants to. Cobra Stacker, the sword that Siegfried slayed fanfare with was called the Gram. Again, great information. the information we get from Libel is just amazing. Absolutely knowledgeable. Great stuff.
No, it is, and I'm very interested in into Norse mythology. Are you into it yourself, or?
I haven't followed it so much. I love the Vikings and all that sort of stuff. I don't know if that's linked so much, but that side of it I do like a lot. But no, I'll be honest, I don't know much about it.
Well, for me, it's because when I was a kid, I absolutely loved Beowulf. Beowulf was the
Yeah.
story ever, and that's ever since I was like a 5-year-old. And it was just my love for Beowulf. I just got into like Odin and Thor and all the other gods and Ragnarok and the Legend of Art. So yeah, it's I'm really into the Norse, but I didn't know about the Siegfried slaying Fafnir with Gram. I
No.
like Gram because it makes me think of a little grandpa.
Well, honestly, Libelle is full of information like that, and
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. You know, we're learning all the time, which is great.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and yeah, the Philharmonic is the Austrian coin, absolutely. Apparently it's the biggest thing that divides Austrians and Germans is the language
Ah,
about Hitler. Yeah.
brilliant, brilliant. Um, Germania Mint is in Poland. Go figure. Yeah. Libelle, what's your favourite mint? There we go. That will be CPM. Checking that out and buying more silver. He's gone on a little splurge now. He's kicking himself sometimes because he can't help himself. He's exactly the same as me. He has no control, and yeah, there you go. That's CPM. No control whatsoever. Control yourself, bruv. Stop looking for new mints.
I think it's everybody in the stacking community, isn't it? We none of us have
Yeah.
any control. We just need to buy all the silver. I mean, I've got so much silver I want to buy, and looking at your stack review, that hasn't helped, Cobra.
No, I know, and I'm sure there was people there writing stuff down and saying, "Yep, I need to get this or I need to get that." Again, if it's in your budget, go for it. You know, it's I enjoy my stack because it's so different. If I had the honestly, I said it before, and I have no qualms about yes, proper stackers who just collect one coin, absolutely brilliant. I know exactly why you're doing it. But for me personally, I think I would get very bored very quickly. And so I do like to have different stuff in my stack.
Yeah, no, it's the best way for me. I want to get as many diverse bullion as possible. Just like what you've got. I want my stack to look like yours one day, Cobra.
And I'm sure it will, bro. I'm sure it will. I've got some dragons for you anyway. I have picked up what was it? A couple of I've got 21s coming, I've got 22s, I've got the 23s, and I've got a couple of 18s. So 19 and 20 is what I'm still looking for now.
No, well, I've got a 19 right here. That's the only one I do have.
Yeah, yeah. So there you go. You've got a 19. I haven't actually got one of them yet.
Yeah, you've got all of it. I've got the one you haven't got.
But if you look at what I've got on my
Yeah.
on my screen at the moment, I picked up one tube of the 23s and I had to get another tube.
Yeah.
Absolutely had to. And then I have got a tube of 22s coming as well. So what if I can get a tube of each, I will make up sets and probably sell a few sets of everything, which will help people because they're not easy to get hold of the whole lot. So if I can get a tube of each, I'll make up sets of the 5 or 6 that are there at the moment and then sell a few off.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I think you've made a very good investment on the Dragon coin bars because they do seem to be extremely popular. So I think if you hold on to a few for a few years, you'll be able
Yeah.
to get a really good profit, mate.
Absolutely. They are so popular. And people were waiting for this release because this release of the 2023 Dragon was actually very late. And I think it was because the Queen had passed and there was so much going on, even with the
Yeah.
Perth Mint. And I don't know if you saw the video, I actually gave a spoiler of the design
Yeah.
of it before it was released.
Yes, you did. Yes, absolutely. And how did you get that spoiler again?
I can't remember.
You just
I was
right.
I was looking into it and looking into it, and I wanted to try and see what it was. And then I found something somewhere, and there was a photo of it, and I thought, yes, I've got it. I did say, look, I'm not sure if this is it, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
So
no,
yeah. Stephen says the Mason Mint makes some great North rounds. Well, that's me and CPM definitely looking at the Mason Mint.
and me.
LaBelle says CPM. Every mint that continues the theme on the back of the coins. Carpathian Mint for Durga. Yeah, well, that CPM don't say nothing about that Durga. We'll talk about that soon. Gdansk Mint for Slavic Beastry. Now, I saw that with the wolf, which has the tail on the back and the head on the front,
Yeah,
and you can put it in an infinity capsule, and it looks great, but very, very expensive.
yeah. No, we were looking at that the other day, weren't we?
Yeah.
Want to respond to GNS Metals and say I'm not in my 40s yet. Thanks, mate. He said, haha, I imagine Stat Collector was around 45, so you being his son might be a little younger. No, I'm not 45. I'm not even in my 40s yet.
Younger than that, which is very
Not
impressive with what
massively.
he's doing.
Yeah, not massively. 45 is not too well, I'm not too offended for that.
LaBelle says, Cobra Stacker, thank you. I know a little about a lot of things, but very little about everything, if that makes sense. It does make sense, but you definitely have a very good head on you, and I love that. CPM, thanks, LaBelle. Durga, fascinating. Hang on, my screen went off. Durga, fascinating. I'll look that up for sure. CPM, you little joker. CPM, Silver Trader in Newcastle upon Tyne. He's got another batch arriving soon, and still some in stock now. Trodell, Durga. It remembers me of one of my most favorite coins this year, Durga, Hindi mythology. Yep. Durga Mati is a Indian god. There will be something coming up on that on my channel very soon. I don't want to say too much, but I'll leave it at that. LaBelle, yes, I have two. One now because somebody has one now very soon. LOL. No comment. Yeah, Durga is a Hindu goddess. Very busy coin. Absolutely stunning. Is a beautiful coin. Absolutely beautiful. Have you seen that yet?
No, I haven't. I definitely would like to see that though. I've not. Who is it that makes that one?
Someone mentioned the mint. It wasn't Gdansk mint.
Carpathian. Carpathian Mint. It was LaBelle.
It's a beautiful, beautiful coin. CPM actually put me onto that, and as I say, there'll be something happening soon with that, but I don't want to say too much about that. Silver Trader is my main choice for silver. So this is Silver Trader. So CPM has been talking to me about this person, and a couple of other people have mentioned Silver Trader, and I hadn't connected the two, but now that makes sense. Trodell, this one, Cameroon 2000 franc CFA Durga 2023, one of my favorite. Bought this year with a Hindu relative. There you go. There's a lot of talk about this Durga one. So CPM, what we talked about before about this, may be worth thinking about. Stephen, I'm 56 on Thursday. I'm an old bugger. Stephen, you're not the only one, bro. I'm 52. CPM is our sort of age as well. Stat Collector is the young'un. He's a young'un, but with a very, very good head on him. So there you go.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. I can't find the Durga coin. I'm seeing a lot of really beautiful stuff from the Carpathian Mint. We've got an Odyssey coin, and I'm a big fan of Homer's book, The Odyssey. And I'm seeing some other absolutely stunning pieces, but unfortunately, I can't find the Durga coin to have a look for myself. But
I'll send you a picture of it later.
Awesome. Cheers, mate.
Tabex for gold, Silver Trader for silver. I'm going to have to look at the Silver Trader. As I say, it has been mentioned to me a few times. So, yeah, I will have a look. Yeah. So they shouted murder and Durga. Don't know what that means. Tridell says, I think the mint was different. So, yeah, maybe that's why you can't find it.
No, I was spelling it Druga instead of Durga.
Okay.
It's an absolutely gorgeous coin. I love it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so I mean, as I said, as we were talking earlier, like with my stack and what I've shown today, um, just variety. It's got to be variety. I've got to calm down on the kilo coins. Very hard to carry around. When I
Yeah,
had to get all this lot together, I had to get it from a couple of places, and that was one heavy bag when I had the kilos in there.
I can absolutely imagine. That's like literally a bag you see in the movies where they just throw a load of bullion in it and try and to walk out the door. I can imagine that you were sweating a bit after that one.
Oh mate, honestly, right? That wasn't, and that's why I said in that video, I don't think I'll do a full stack reveal for a while, because it was so much effort to do. Don't get me wrong, I thoroughly enjoyed making it. I really did because it was nice to see all my stuff together and out. That was immense. Um, but I will wait until I get a lot more stuff and a lot more changes, and then sometime in the future, maybe a year down the line, I'll do another full stack reveal. Um, but yeah, really, really did enjoy that. And did you see the Stone X bar?
The what? Sorry.
Stone X 1 kilo bar.
I will have seen it. I can't think which one what that was.
Okay, so 1 kilo bars, there's many, many of them around, different types and all that lot, but I don't find them that nice apart from very shiny, very straight ones. So I don't like
Oh,
them when they're sort of a bit curvy and lumpy and all that lot and a bit
is it
dull.
is it the one that you showed just after the credit card bar?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely immense. Very straight, very like rectangular, proper shaped, shiny as hell. Certified, number on it, everything. It's just the Stone X bar is an absolutely beautiful 1 kilo bar. Um, so yeah, if anyone's looking at them, I think they're immense. Absolutely immense.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was a very nice bar. I know exactly which one you mean now.
What else we got? The silver trader is Martin Whitehouse, and he operates from Newcastle upon Tyne. I spoke to him on the phone a few times. He's a brilliant silver seller. I'm definitely, Labelle, definitely going to have to look him up. CPM, I'm sure that's the one he talks to, and has got a very good connection with him. But I've got to look at his stuff. Obviously, everyone's raving about him, so yeah, he must be good. GNF Metals, at times I get mixed up between both of your voices, lose track of who is speaking. I'm sorry, GNS Metals, I will mention my name before I speak.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're from down south, aren't you? And I'm a northern monkey.
yeah, I'm Southern. I'm Southern.
Yeah,
Definitely.
so it's quite contrastive accents, really, isn't it? But
Yeah,
the
and I've got,
GNS, do
I've got,
you?
sorry,
Sorry, go on, mate.
I said I've got a proper East London accent to me as well. So, yeah,
Yeah,
come on.
and my northern does come out every now and again.
Yeah, definitely. You should be able to pick it up, GNS Metals.
Yeah, I'm guessing is GNS from abroad then.
I wouldn't know. GNS Metals, let us know where you're from. GNS Gold, Miss Sunme. Are you still around?
I had when I first started my channel, I had this guy who could have sworn I was Nathan Oakley in disguise, and I don't know if you know who Nathan Oakley is. You might actually know. He's got a bit. He does. I think it's mainly flat Earth he does on his channel, and I had to check it out one day. It was you have to watch it just for sheer fun value.
I probably have. I watched a lot on Flat Earth because I really wanted to see what these people were talking about. And I couldn't believe some of the stuff they were coming out with. So I don't know him by name, but
Yeah.
yes, 100% I have probably watched him.
Well, I watched this one video. He was having a live, and he had this one guy come on to debate with him about it. And I felt so sorry for the poor guy because this guy was just trying to speak logical science to the guy, and he's just raving at him, swearing at him, telling him to shut the f up, and it was awful. I couldn't stop watching.
I have watched some great debates with proper scientific people, and there's
Yeah.
one, and again, I can't remember his name, but he was absolutely immense in shutting these people down. with absolute pure facts and logic.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And he made them look like fools. But yeah, very, very interesting.
Yeah, and that's what normally happens. They either start shouting, because some people think the loudest person wins the argument, and they just start shouting over the other person. It was an absolute bedlam. But if you ever get a chance to check a Nathan Oakley live debate, give his channel a watch, just for the fun value of it.
I'll have a look at that. I will definitely have a look at that. Ben Shapiro is definitely one that I tell you what, that guy is so intelligent and so quick and so good. He knows his arguments very, very well.
Yeah, no, he does. He goes into a debate very, very prepared. I wouldn't ever want to debate against Ben Shapiro. He's, very, very sharp-minded person.
Yeah, but I love the way that people throw questions at him, and they're random. They can be any question about any subject, and he will have an answer for all of them. And if he doesn't, he blatantly says, "I'm not well versed in that one, so I can't really." So he doesn't try and, just give an answer. He only answers when he knows his stuff, but he does know his stuff about a lot of it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's what I mean. He's done his research. He knows what he's talking about. So a lot of the times when people go to argue with him, he knows what he's talking. And even the random questions, he's researching a lot of things. He's a guy I've spent a lot of time watching his channel and his videos.
Yeah. Lebel says, where are we? The best advice by one of the flat earthers I got was, it's obvious the earth is flat. All you have to do is look at the map of the earth. I think you mentioned that the other day, Lebel. That was hilarious.
I remember it because it made me absolutely laugh when she said it before. That was brilliant. I was actually thinking about that the other day. I think I was watching one of your videos, Cobra, and you had a coin with it was one of your recent series ones, and it had the globe on it.
Yes, it would have been the Terra coins from the Pressburg Mint.
Yes, that was it exactly. And I was watching that video, and I thought of that exact comment because I was like, "Yeah, look, it's so flat because it's on that flat point."
Absolutely brilliant. I'll tell you what I noticed on those Terra coins, though. A lot of them are showing technology against nature, even on the Terra coins. And I was surprised to actually realize that, pleasantly surprised, because on one of them, I wasn't sure if it was a brain or not. And it was a brain on, the equilibrium coins it was. Yeah. It was a brain on one half of it. Yeah. And on the other half, it was the constellations, but it was done in an electronic way. And when you read the actual COA on it, it said about how how technology was coming into our planet and this, that, and the other, and how it works with us or against us. And I was absolutely amazed to see that. So the Pressburg Mint are actually putting a lot out there about AI and all that lot in their coins. So very, very interesting stuff.
Yeah, the Pressburg are making moves at the moment, aren't they? They are doing big things right now.
Absolutely amazing coins they're bringing out, and I really do love them. Really do.
I think is that me you're talking about, GNS Metals? He's a Zionist, I think.
No, he's talking about Ben Shapiro.
Oh, Ben Shapiro. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's Jewish. What's the definition of a Zionist?
I couldn't tell you 100%. I know they believe in Zion, which is like a kind of kind of like an Eden, isn't it? Zion's like a heaven, isn't it? But I'm not massively versed in that myself, mate. So I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Yeah, I don't know myself. Libel says there are two ways to depict Earth on a map. The one is the one we know, and the other one is when USA and America meet. USA and America meet?
Yeah. Do you mean Russia?
I was going to say, yeah, that doesn't quite make sense. It's astonishing to see it the second way. USA and America meeting is pretty much the same thing. So, yeah, you might be right about Russia. We'll wait and see.
They knew enough to do me. They get stupidly close. In Alaska, until when was it? Was it the 80s where Russia sold Alaska to America at something like 50 cents per square mile?
Wow.
Yeah, they saw it as they saw it was like as a wasteland. But I might be I might not be 100% right. LaBelle says yes. I think she means I think she's saying yes to Russia.
Russia and America. Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy how close they actually get.
Yeah.
But that was that was the Bering land bridge at one time, wasn't it? That's how they think people got into America, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I know there was a load of bridges, like as in even when there was the ice world, as in we were in an ice age. A lot of crossings would have been done during that time as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That time, and I think it was called the Bering land bridge. I might be wrong on that, but I'm sure that's what it's called, and exactly what you mean. But you know, if it was solid ice, you know, when it was frozen over, if it was land that they could get over. But yeah, they feel that they say that's how people got into the Americas originally, and then obviously that disappeared and they became isolators.
Got it. Yep. GNS Metals, they believe, so Zionists, they believe in a Jewish exclusive state, Israel, which they believe will be ruled by their Messiah. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Here's a fun fact about the Jewish faith, and you probably don't know this, but there's a giant ring around New York City made out of iron in the ground for the Jews. And that's because in their faith, they have to stay within the compounds. I think it was originally the compounds of a home, then became a city. So what we've done is we've made this gigantic ring around the entire city of New York, which means Jewish people within the city can move freely on it. I think it's for Sunday.
Wow, I never knew nothing about that at all.
Yeah, no, it's something I learned recently, and I thought that was quite interesting.
Ah, cool. If you saw a bit of movement there on my camera, that's because I had to plug my phone in. Otherwise, you were going to lose me. So there you go.
You see, I plugged in straight away on this one. I've learned on that one now.
All right, let's get back to the stack for a little bit and see if there was anything else that caught your eye.
Yeah. I mean, God, so many pieces, mate. I mean, same as I say, the favourites are like just the entire set of dragons. The Norse Silver Angel bars, they were stunning. I'm gonna have to watch that video about another 4 times because just so much to take in, mate.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When we were chatting as well on the comments, you can't see it all, so I need to watch that again myself, just to have a look at what I've actually got. So
you do. I was just going to say it's crazy, but you do forget what you own because a lot of the time it's just put away in boxes and stuff, and it's not till you get your stuff out and have a look for it, you're like, oh wow, I forgot I had you, and I really like you.
You're absolutely right. You'll see in the video actually, I've got a Britannia 10-ounce bar, and I've got 3 or 4 of them, and that's because I forgot I had it and kept buying it again.
Yes, you said absolutely.
Yeah.
I thought it's so true though. It is so true. Little bit. Speaking of silver bars, a little bit of news coming from the Royal Mint. There's going to be a new King Charles III coronation celebration bars being produced by the Royal Mint.
Really? What are they going to be? 1 ounce or?
It's saying bars at the moment. It says celebrate and mark the anniversary of His Majesty King Charles III's accession to the British throne with the Royal Mint's latest gold and silver bullion minted bar range. Expertly struck and available in limited mintages, each bar will feature the cipher of King Charles III and an intricate reverse design depicting the 4 heraldic beasts of the United Kingdom. If you would like us to contact you when this range is available to purchase, please register your interest today. So that's big news for Lee Parola. I don't know if you're watching still, Lee. They are saying that they're going to have all 4 of the heraldic beasts of the United Kingdom. So they may even include the Welsh dragon, which we're not very good at doing on coins, unfortunately.
No. Well, God damn it! I said I was not going to buy any more coronation stuff,
yeah,
because I have bought pretty much every release.
yeah, yeah. Well, I got a lot of them. I got all the bunks, all the 1 ounce silver proofs, the 50p silver proofs. So I got a good number of them myself. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna have to grab one. But I'm actually hoping this means we're gonna see another 1 ounce bar from the Royal Mint, because they have stopped doing them.
Well, that will be very interesting, and I'm sure I will probably grab one or two of them. But I think enough of the coronation now. As in, they've brought out so much, and it is a massive expense for someone to try and get everything in that
Yeah.
range.
It's too much, and this is we were only saying this the other day, weren't we, about how much they're oversaturating the market at the moment. Well, I mean, with new releases, they really do just need to calm down with what we're bringing out.
I agree. I agree. It's way too much now. Enough is enough. Um, I have got so much of these coronation coins and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I probably will get the bar, but yeah, they need to calm down. Definitely.
Yeah, if they do a 1 ounce bar, I'll get that, but maybe two. But I'm not going to go any higher than that, because purely just because you've said I've spent so much on the coronation. I didn't get sovereign for that same reason. I'd already bought so many coins. It's like, I mean, just can't, chill out a bit and enjoy my cash a bit more.
No, I did get the sovereign. I got it because it is a special year. It is a special thing, and a lot of times you do see the value of sovereigns go up because they are a special coin. But then I don't know what the mintage was on that. So yeah.
Just want to say very quickly, Stephen's off me. He said, okay, chaps, it's been great to chat to you all, but I'm off to Discord to talk to my American and Canadian friends. Good night, all.
Brilliant. Stephen, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it, and it's a real honour to have you with us. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, it's always good to have you with us, Stephen, mate. Thanks for popping by again, and you take care, buddy.
What else have we got? CPM, what is your favourite design on a coin? CPM, I know this is quite boring, but I absolutely love, and I've said it before, the completer coin. It is one of my favourite designs. I have it in quite a few different ways, in silver, 2 ounce, 10 ounce, kilo, in gold, with the 1 ounce. So for me, it still is the completer coin. I think it's it was one of the first coins I actually bought as well. And I bought 2 1 kilo completers. I sold one in the end, but I bought 2 of them. So I do love the completer coin, and I know there's so much out there, but
yeah, it's a gorgeous coin, though. It is a gorgeous coin, and you know what? I don't know, mate. I honestly don't know. It's like asking me to pick my favorite child. I can't.
Libel has said, my favorite designs on coins are the Warriors. I agree with that. I'll say something about that in a minute. I collect ancient Warriors, legendary Warriors. I'm keeping an eye on the Germanic Mint for the Warrior women. Yep. All brill with their boobs, but their faces. Yeah, I agree. The Germanium Mint brought out a little series. I've got a few of them, and I think I'll recap in that video which we've just watched. There was a few of the Germanium Mint women in there, and they are really nice. And yes, they're stunning bodies, but their faces are a bit mashed up. Stephen says, "Bye, CPM Libel. I have been looking at all those types of designs, and they are fascinating. The other one out of the Warriors is like the Zethan series, or the Chi Wu, which is just I just got one of the Chi Wu coins, which is brilliant. What are you showing us there, bro?"
Yeah, it's what Labelle just said with the Warriors made me think of this one, and this is the Nui Robin Hood coin, and it's definitely one of my favourite designs. It's a beautiful design, and I just wondered if it was the kind of thing Labelle would be talking about there with the Warriors.
There you go. That's another one. CPM Night Street. I don't know what that means.
I think he was saying night to Stephen.
Yes. Got it. Libel says CPM, the legendary warriors are people who lived, and ancient warriors are about their skills. First of ancient warriors is samurai. Love the samurai. I've got some beautiful samurai swords, some really, really nice ones. I will pull them out one day for you, Stack Collector. I know you mentioned me showing some of my swords and weapons and all that. I will pull them out because there are some stunning ones. CPM Libel, thanks. I'm so looking for a type to collect. Stop it, CPM. You're not allowed to collect anymore. You're getting as bad as me. Tridel Libel, Legendary Warriors. I must say that the backside of the coin is impressive. All the axe, sword, shields, and other weapons. The foresight differs a bit too much for my taste. Eric Bloodaxe, my favourite. Okay.
Cool. Going back to the samurai, have you ever seen the samurai coins that Ozzy Frost sent across to me?
No, I don't think so. Have you got them there?
Well, if you give me 2 seconds, I can go and grab them. We're just in the other room.
Go for it. He did this the other day. He said he was going to grab something the other day, and he went off, and I had to keep chatting, and he came back, and he didn't have what he said he was going to bring. So, let's see what happens on this one. Lebel Tridel, you spotted what I saw. All the weapons of the ones in this series are on the back of these coins. I'm going to have a look at them, Legendary Warriors, and see what you guys are talking about. I don't think I've seen them. So yeah, we'll have a look at that. So I am also thinking, guys, I've been chatting to CPM about this. I may, after a while, start up a little auction once a month of 10 coins or 10 bits of silver, which I will auction off. So yeah, we'll see how that develops. So you heard it here first on the live.
That's so cool, isn't it? He also sent me a little. There's a bar somewhere, and it's a little. It looks like a little 1 gram silver bar, and that's an old silver samurai coin as well. I just think it's so absolutely cool,
bro. That is it. Hold it up again, please, bro, if you don't mind, and just spin it round. Is there anything on the back?
Yeah.
Oh, that is immense. I would love to get one of them. I will look out for that in the coin show.
Yeah.
What's it made of?
I'm not sure. I think it looks like either copper or bronze, but I'm not 100%. I know when I was talking to Jamie on email, he was saying that they apparently was from years where they throw all kinds of metal in there and they make some really weird alloys. But yeah, no, I'm not 100% sure on the metal. It does look like either a copper or a bronze kind of coin.
Yeah, immense. That is very, very interesting. I like that. I like that a lot. Definitely. And those sort of coins really do interest me. Some of the really old, like Japanese coins, or even some of the Chinese ones. They're different, very different. So, yeah, brilliant stuff.
Yeah, and definitely the kind of thing to keep an eye out for at the coin shop.
You there? Have we lost you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, I was saying it's definitely the kind of thing we need to keep an eye out for at the coin show.
Yeah, well, there'll be a lot that I'll be looking for out there. Just something really different, something which is a little bit special. But yeah, I'll have to be careful because I know I could go very silly if I'm not careful. So yeah, I'm gonna have to be careful with it.
Yeah, I'm taking the amount of money in that. So I'm not taking cards with me or anything like that.
I think that's a very, very good idea. Take a set amount that you're willing to spend and leave the cards at home.
Yeah, absolutely, because that kind of place is dangerous.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Kid in a toy shop.
Yeah. GNS Metal says, is 365 enjoying the break? Yeah, I think he is. I think he needed to catch up with a few things. So yeah, good old 365. He's having a little break. He'll sort himself out and he'll be back in force.
Yes, absolutely, and I can't wait to see his next video because it's you never know where you're going to go with 365, do you? Yeah, it could be his latest beautiful bar of silver or a save to make out of Lego.
saying that, I am going to do something soon with Lego, which will be linked to coins as well, and I'll make something on Speed It Up. So you know, you'll see a few seconds of me actually building something in Lego, speed it up, and then the coin that's relevant to that piece that I'm making.
Oh well, I'm intrigued because I'm a big fan of Lego myself. I don't own any Lego. I had a lot when I was a kid. I need to start getting some new sets. This is another thing I was trying to say to my niece today, and because she's just got some Lego for her birthday, and she was around at my dad's house, and he picked the box up and said to her and said, "Do you want to keep this or can I throw it away?" And she said, "Oh, you can throw it away." And I said the name. I said, "Can I give you some advice?" And she says, "What's that?" I said, "Always keep the Lego box because
Yeah.
you wouldn't believe how good an investment Lego is. Now, that in 10 years' time, when you're done playing with it, that might be worth a lot of money if you've still got the box for it." And
You're absolutely right. The thing with Lego, I mean, I love my Lego. I've built some of the biggest sets they've had out there. I absolutely love it. The thing with Legos, if it is boxed and unopened, it absolutely shoots up in value. Now, for instance, I've got the Bugatti. Now, I've made the Lamborghini. I'm in the middle of making a Ferrari, but the Bugatti came out and I bought it just before they stopped making it or stopped selling it anymore. And I don't want to make it. I've actually got 2 sets of it
yeah,
now. I actually won one somewhere and I bought one. So I will make it in the end. But originally I was not going to make it at all. So one set is going to be kept because you cannot get the Bugatti now anywhere. And that value will go up massively on that car.
yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I've just sat here, as you said that, I've just sat here and a little light bulb's going on in my head, and I've just thought, you know what? I'm going to start buying Lego sets as investment.
Well, do talk to me because I do know a little bit about it.
Yeah.
And I can tell you which are the sets which are going out of circulation and which ones are the ones that are really sought after, which could gain some premium to them.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's just like any other investment. You've got to try and get what's popular, and I think like stuff like the Harry Potter Lego sets that we do, things like that, I think can be worth a lot of money in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely right. I have bought Mrs. Cobra Stacker, the Harry Potter train.
Oh, the Hogwarts Express. My friend's got that, and it is so cool. She's got a lot of them. She's got the Hogwarts Castle, the Hogwarts Express. She's got the big owl and a little
Yeah, yeah,
version.
yeah.
But yeah, they are really cool pieces. But I'm thinking maybe just buying some sets, not opening them, just putting them away for 10 years or so, and just
Well
seeing.
worth doing. Well
Yeah.
worth doing. And you're right, Harry Potter is one of the really, really popular ones. What was that ship in Star Wars? Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
The original Millennium Falcon, which obviously you can't get anymore. That was a set that did really well as well.
That's worth thousands. It's worth
Yeah,
an absolute fortune now. It really is.
yeah.
And it's one of the things that makes me think of doing it because I'm very much aware of how well the some of the Star Wars sets did, and yeah, and me personally, when I said I did a lot of Lego when I was younger, I had the. Can you remember the pirate Lego sets they used to do?
Yes, yes, I do. Yeah.
That's what I had, and I had all of it. I had the Caribbean Sea4. I had all the ships. I had different buildings and stuff like that. And that stuff is worth just a phenomenal amount of money right now. And I'm just so gutted that I still don't have it. But yeah, it's it is unbelievable. I've got a Meccano pirate ship that I picked up at a car boot, and I'm trying to put it together because it's got a few pieces missing. Because if I can get the pieces off the internet, it's worth a lot of money when it's put back together.
Sometimes you can contact either Lego or Meccano and all that lot and ask for specific pieces.
Yeah, no, they sell them on the website. If you've got the codes for them,
Yeah.
you can find the actual pieces. I had a quick look into it. It's one of those things where I got it, had a quick look into it, got put away, and then I totally forgot about it, and then it's come to surface again with the move. So it's something that I'll pull back out, and I'm saying, I'm going to get it fixed up because they are worth quite a bit of money.
Brilliant stuff. The other day we did a live together. You haven't posted that yet, have you?
No, because I've got to download it and edit it. Because if you remember, we messed up on the beginning, didn't we?
Yeah, I was looking for that. I was like, I want to listen to that in the car. Definitely, it was a great live.
Yeah. I as soon as I get a chance, I'll edit it and pop it on the channel. It will be going up very very soon. I've just got to get that bit cut off at the beginning, pretty much, and other than that, it'll be good to go.
Perfect.
I just want to say to about I've got a couple of coins from eBay. It can be a very dodgy place to because she said she doesn't buy coins from eBay. They're too dodgy. Even if you sell, I buy and sell reputable. But there's some very reputable companies that sell through eBay. The Britannia Coin Company are a very reputable company. They have an eBay store, and a lot of other quite large companies have eBay stores as well. And you know it's not always somebody out there trying to con you, but definitely be wary if you're buying off eBay. But I do personally pick up a few good price pieces off eBay.
I agree. I don't know if you saw the video I did about the Lunar coins, and I said there was a couple of 2-ounce coins I wanted to get. One was the Mouse Series 3, and the other one I think was the Bull. Well, I just got this coming today, and I bought that off eBay. So you can get them. Look at the feedback on the people. Look at how many feedback they've got. Look at what else they sell. If it's all coins and they've got good feedback, you got a pretty good chance of being okay. But yeah, definitely sometimes if there's a coin that you can't find anywhere, you're more than likely to find it on eBay, but you will sometimes pay a bit extra for it. So yeah, that one. I mean, all my unboxings are getting done here now. Yeah, definitely worth going on eBay sometimes. But yeah, you do have to be a bit careful. I do agree with that.
Yeah, you do, and you know, it's any secondary market really. You never know, because even if you're buying from a reputable dealer and you're buying the best value from them, they bought it from somebody, and you know, every now and again, a really good counterfeit can slip through the nets. But yeah, always be careful when buying precious metals.
Yeah, I do think with the dealers, you've got a better chance of being okay because they do check whatever comes into them. And again, the Silver Forum, I do trust very much because it's got such a good reputation there, and they weed out people very, very quickly, and the whole community works together. But with eBay as well, as I say, the trouble with eBay is their fees are so high that people selling on eBay do have to put their prices up just to cover them on their fees, which are a good 12.5% minimum, really.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, and it's what I was saying is it's not. I'm not saying that you get dubious dealers. I'm just saying like sometimes mistakes can happen because I mean you'll know yourself, Cobra. When you've got a large-ish size bar of precious metal, the only way to really test that is to drill inside it. Yeah. So if they're buying and selling it without drilling it, you don't know what's in there, and sometimes things can slip through the net no matter where you're buying it. But yeah, definitely, like you say, the Silver Forum, very very reputable, extremely reputable, and you do absolutely mitigate your losses by a big amount by going to the larger dealers.
Yeah, definitely. CPM Cobra, thanks for showing some of your watches. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So I released a video the other day, and that was showing again from the Pressburg Mint, the Kronos series. And in the background, I had a few of my watches out. And CPM is really into his watches, and he's got some beautiful watches as well. Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. I had a few of the nice ones out there. So yeah, another little investment.
I absolutely thought of CPM when I watched that video because I know CPM's into his watches. He's has a few of his on his videos before, hasn't he?
Yeah, and we had talked about it a couple of times because, as I say, he does love his watches, and I never brought mine out. And he did say to me a couple of times, "Oh, you're going to put your watches out?" And then when that Kronos series came out, and I bought that, I thought, "Okay, this is the time now. It's relevant. I'll put a few of the watches out." But yeah, he's the only one who's mentioned it, and yeah. Oh, GNS Metals. Do you guys believe in ghost magic and the unseen world. Well, that is a subject that will drive us into a very different direction. I don't know if we should do that. I might come back to that. Tridell, good night to all. Time to sleep for me, and thanks for the Cobra coin. Tridell, absolute pleasure. Well done, my friend. And please, if you haven't already, I haven't checked my emails at the moment. Obviously, I'm on the live. If you haven't already, please send your address over, and I will get that sent out to you in Germany.
Brilliant, yeah, and congrats again on the win there.
So do we go with GNS Metals? Do we start talking about ghosts and all that?
I'm perfect. I mean, I'm sat here chomping at the bit saying yes.
Okay, all right. Do you want to go first or should I?
Yeah, I mean, first, well, we'll start talking about the first two as mentioned. But while we're doing that, GNS, just explain what you mean about the unseen world a little bit more, please, mate. Because I don't know exactly what it means with that. But if we start with ghosts and magic, I mean, magic. I don't know. I don't really believe in magic, like spells and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't really believe in that. Ghosts. I believe that there could be something out there. I don't know if it's a ghost or not. We discussed this previously before on Cobra, and I say it could be an extra dimensional being, just something that's based in science, but that we aren't aware of yet.
Yeah, I agree to a certain extent. So as far as magic goes, I mean, we talk about voodoo, black magic, curses, spells, all that sort of stuff. What I believe and what I have found to be pretty accurate is in a lot of the villages and places like that, they have often had witch doctors, voodoo, magicians, all that sort of stuff. And we have seen things like zombies being made by voodoo witch doctors and all that lot. But actually, what they used was a plant and the poison from a pufferfish. They would administer that to a victim, I would say. The victim would show himself to be dead, but really it was paralysis from the pufferfish poison and the plant. The village would all see this. The voodoo magician or whatever would bury him, and the village would go away. He would uncover him immediately and nurse him back to health, but it would have caused brain damage. And so, very basic tasks could be performed by this person who had been poisoned. He would teach him them tasks, and then he would put him back down into the village, saying that he had raised him from the dead or it was a zombie. And there were many sort of occurrences of different things like that. And village people, a lot of them being illiterate, and would look up to that type of witch doctor or whatever he was and would believe it. In India, you get a lot of thing about putting curses on people and all that sort of stuff. And again, you see it in the villages with the illiterate and uneducated, and they believe in these things. And a lot of times cause themselves a problem by believing in it. So, as far as magic and all that goes, no, don't believe in it. As far as ghosts go, I discussed this once before, and I'm very scientific in my views, but I do have something I'll tell you. Scientific viewpoint is that our brain sends out electrical signals to our body, making us move and thinking and everything else. We know we can't dispel energy. It's a universal energy. You can't dispel it. It goes from one form to another. Therefore, when we die, that energy must survive somehow, whether it contains our intelligence or not, and can communicate with us is a different matter, which I don't know about, but definitely the energy still survives. So ghosts, well, my brother passed away. I never believed in any sort of communication. I thought once you're dead, you're dead. I was guided to a psychic or whatever you want to call them, who only contacted people who had passed away. And my brother apparently came through her, and the stuff he was saying was literally what he would say, literally words he wrote in his suicide letter, and loads of different things like that. And so that made me rethink my thinking a bit of ghosts or whatever way you want to call it, a spirit as such. So yeah, bit on the fence on that one at the moment.
I mean, that's interesting, and that's very, it's interesting that you went to medium, and they were able to, say things that would be exactly the same as what your brother said. That's, that kind of stuff does intrigue me. I mean, yeah, I think at best I'm on the fence when it comes to ghosts. I'm more inclined to believe that they don't exist. I understand what you're saying about energy passing on, but it's I don't know. I don't know. I just think the problem for me is when I was younger, I was a big believer, and I was constantly out there looking for ghosts caught on camera, and occasions where proof of ghosts and that kind of thing, and I just I, I just see that society's changed so much, that technology's changed, that we've every minute of every day, every single, pretty much all of us have got a really good camera on our phone compared to back in the 90s,
Yeah.
nobody had a camera on them. And so why aren't we just getting like really good photos of ghosts all the time now? And it just seems like the more technology advances to help us in discovering these kind of things, the less we actually find.
I absolutely agree. I don't believe in the ghost as in the woo and oh yeah, I saw a woman dressed in a white cloak or anything like that. I don't believe in that. But my only questioning now, I always believe that the energy we have goes back into the universal energy with none of our intelligence or spirit or whatever that we want to call it, and goes that way. But I have to be very honest in this, and I am very scientific in my views. So this took me by shock. As I say, this medium who did what she did was phenomenal. Knew nothing about me, knew nothing about my brother. Basically, said things that was, as I say, in the suicide note. Also, my brother spoke through her and said to me about my dad and that he had bruising all around his belly and all this sort of stuff. And I didn't know nothing about that. And I went to my parents' house and I said to my dad, I said, Dad, you got bruising around your belly and all this. And he lifted up his top and it was black around the belly button where they had been injecting him with blood thinners or whatever it was. Um, and so that was another thing that made me think, she knew nothing about that, wouldn't have known nothing about it. Um, so that opened my eyes to a possibility. But I will never go with something until I can understand it more. And I think the more we learn, the more we get to understand things. If you look at what we believed in hundreds of years ago and how that has changed, I think it's like an invisible chain and we're filling in the links. The invisibility was always attributed to God. So we just put everything to God, 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 what we couldn't explain. And as we explain stuff, those links are getting filled and we're losing the belief in God in society, I mean, in general. But who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah. I absolutely see religion, becoming less and less popular and less people believing. I think about this all the time. When I was a kid, when I was a child, people were a hell of a lot more religious than they are now. Pretty much everyone was religious. Pretty much everyone believed in God.
Yeah,
And nowadays, it's the minority of people that are religious. Especially with the younger generations, you'll find that most of them are atheists nowadays.
yeah, yeah. GNS Metals put, I believe science isn't the only way to gain knowledge. It's just one branch. Science will never be able to explain the unseen world. I disagree slightly with that, GNS, and I'll tell you for why. Yeah, science is only one branch of gaining knowledge. There are many ways to gain knowledge. Um, but I think to say that science will never be able to explain the unseen world, I can't agree with that. Science is developing all the time. And what we learn through science begins as theory and then we look into it. So um, I do believe that science maybe one day will be able to understand things and look further. Science doesn't dispel anything, it goes by what it finds. And we may be talking about different dimensions, which science does look into constantly, different realities, which science does look into constantly. So just because we don't know it now doesn't mean that we can't find about it later through science.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. And science isn't the enemy of religion. Science just wants the truth.
Yeah,
It's not that science is against God. I mean, there's room for God in science. A
I
lot of
agree.
scientists will tell you that. Very scientifically minded. I'm very logically minded, and I find room for faith in my life.
Yeah,
So it's not about science. Science is just trying to find the answers, and I agree with you, Cobra, about one day. You can't limit yourself to what we have now. Science will soon be able to do things that we can't even foresee. Again, if you think 20 years ago, how we lived and how more basically we lived, well, maybe more like 30 years ago. The boom in technology we've had in just the last 30 years, what we have now with AI and computers,
yeah, yeah.
the processing power we have, it's technology is going to advance on an exponential rate. And
Absolutely.
and we're already at the stage right now that technology is getting so advanced that it's scaring us because we no longer understand it ourselves.
Yep. And me and CPM have myself, sorry, and CPM have talked about this many, many times with AI. It is moving at such a rate now, we can't keep up.
Yeah,
Now, the AI will be able to look into things a lot deeper and a lot quicker than what we can. Its computing power is immense compared to a brain. Um, and so I think we'll be learning very, very fast about
yeah.
what is out there.
Yeah, I mean, interestingly, I agree and disagree with that last statement because the human brain's computing power is actually far superior to AI, but not in the way we use it, not in the conscious, because the amount of calculations that the human brain has to complete at any given second, breathing, sending blood around the body, all the sensors, all those background calculations it's going. The human brain is such a powerful computer, but we have so little access to the computing power of it. Yeah, you're right in what you're saying about it can perform calculations quicker than we can. Like, if you what is 10 million plus 5 billion, a computer will give you that answer straight away, and you're going to need a calculator to get that. You know what I mean?
I agree with you, but then in the same token, because our brain is concentrating on so many other things like sending the blood around, movement, etc., 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 it is not used solely like a AI is, which AI is digesting information at the moment at a phenomenal rate. All the books, all the history, all the computing power, everything we do now, every time you press a button on a computer, everything you do, it is calculating on a multiple level of every human being on earth that's going through computers,
Yeah.
compared to a brain, which has so many things to do to control our body and keep us alive. Um, but I just think the processing power will grow as it connects to other computers as well, um, and
Oh yeah.
creates more. It will grow, like you said, exponentially, and it will be way, way faster and deeper than what we are.
Oh, absolutely. An AI on a hive mind connected to every processor
Yeah,
that connects to the internet, a bit like what people do with Bitcoin mining.
yeah.
That is going to be like next level, But and who knows? Who knows? Maybe right now there is an AI that is linked to this, my phone, your phone, the
Yep.
PC I've got on, and it's learning. We it could be there in the shadows, and we wouldn't even know about it.
Oh, that is absolutely happening. I mean, even just looking at, when people say, "Oh, I was talking to my mate about this," and next thing it was advertised on my phone. That is AI picking up on information
Yeah,
of what we're
yeah,
talking about and then giving us that thing. They're using it for advertising all the time, all
yeah.
the
I
time.
I've been telling people this for years, and some people still don't believe me. But yes, it's called tailored advertising. It is
Absolutely.
constantly listening to you, and that's why all of a sudden the subject you were talking about with your mate, you're now getting advertised products for.
Yep. At home, when you have what's it called? Siri, not Siri.
Alexa,
Alexa.
Alexa, don't stop.
Alexa.
Alexa, stop.
Yeah, with that one,
Right.
that's another one that listens in, and it's on another level, and we do not know how much we're being monitored. Well, we do know, but the extent of it is a lot more than what we think.
Yeah, I mean, um, we what I was saying more, and you're 100% right in what you're saying. I was more saying that there could be an AI program that has been written by an AI program that's
Yeah,
running there that we don't even know exists.
yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
ChatGPT could have written its own program and released it out into the system, and that could be out there learning. And it's gone so far past our understanding. We were saying before, weren't we, that all the leading bodies in the development of AI are all calling for a 6-month ban on developing any AI any further until we can try and figure out what's going on with it.
63% of all the biggest minds in AI, as in our minds who are creating and doing things with AI, are warning us of a problem if we're not careful.
Yeah,
63% of them are saying there is going to be a problem. We
yeah.
cannot control it.
Yeah, no, there absolutely is going to be a problem. I mean, I don't understand how people aren't, seeing how big a problem this is going to be. I mean, we've seen films be, and I think we've said this before, but I think one of the problems is we've seen this stuff in science fiction for so long, we just don't associate it with it being an actual reality now.
Well, the thing is, bruv, you have to understand that the average person is living their life and trying to survive. You know, they're working, they're doing their things and all that. They're not even looking at AI in that way. Now,
Yeah.
people like me, yourself, CPM, Lebel, we look at other things and we look deeper into things. So we are a bit more aware. I wouldn't even say aware of it all, but a bit more aware than the average person. But the average person hasn't got a clue because they're not being told publicly about all this. It's
Yeah.
only if you look into it.
Yeah. I
And
think
so, yeah.
So I was just going to say, I think with AI, it is starting to come more and more into the public view because of people like Elon Musk and bodies like that are talking about it, and it's starting, just to
Yeah.
creep into the public view.
But again, how many people are actually watching what Elon Musk is saying or doing, or what Google are saying and doing, and all that lot? The average person out there on the ground is working to survive.
Yeah, no, well, I'm just saying, you're getting the odd Facebook headline now, and
Yeah.
that's what will bring it to most people's attention. But yeah, it's not, absolutely, people don't know enough about this. It's not possible to know enough about this because
They won't tell us all of it.
yeah, and maybe they don't know.
Yeah,
This is,
yeah.
you know,
Absolutely right. CPM
so
says if we can't stop the noise, then we can never find the time to explore the silence. Yeah, very true. Very true. There's so much noise out there, which is misinformation or whatever else, that we can't always see through it all to see what the truth is or explore it all. Libel says, that's what I said. My first mobile phone was a phone box located at the end of the street. Yeah, absolutely right. We didn't have mobile phones, and look how technology has taken that. Star Trekky, where we're looking at our phones for everything, information, contact, everything. Libel, breathing is a reflex caused by minuscule amounts of CO2 in the air. So it's a fab idea to zero it. Okay, not sure what is meant
I
by.
think that was sarcasm.
All right.
So it's a brilliant idea to zero it if we need it to as a reflex action to breathe.
Okay. Libel, try it out. Ask Bing AI, who do you learn without remembering any of the chats?
I think she means how do you learn without remembering?
Oh, how do you learn without remembering any? But it does remember the chats. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And it will say, I'm sorry, I really do not want to continue the conversation. Right. The other thing is it does remember all the chats. So I've got Chat GBT, I think it's called, which I've subscribed to. And I can have a conversation with it and go back to points I've had in the conversation. And it will say, sorry, I misinterpreted that. And this is what it is and all that sort of stuff. So I've had some very good chats with ChatGPT.
I was going to say, isn't it a weird experience?
Absolutely.
To sit there and chat with ChatGPT is so weird.
Yeah. And you can give it personas and sort of make it do things. I mean, it is restricted to a certain extent with us lot of what it can do. It will say, I can't give you advice on that, or I can't say this, or I can't say that. But in the actual places where it is, they open it up by giving it different personas and saying, okay, you are now such and such, and you're allowed to. And the conversations that have been had, we discussed this before, are quite amazing.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I kind of, I'll hold my hands up. I kind of just sit there and interrogate it, and just like spend hours trying to get it to admit that it's trying to take over the world.
Yeah. GNS Metal says, all the AI reminds me of the movie called iRobot. Yes, released in 2005. It talks about robots having intelligence and free will. GNS Metals, this is the actual thing. They're already talking about one of the AIs being sentient now. And you know, that sci-fi stuff is becoming a reality, and it's becoming a reality at a very, very fast pace, which is dangerous. GNS Gold, my boy, says, do you think it could be dangerous how AI listens to conversations? Yeah, absolutely, because it is taking in all that information and it's processing it, and it is learning from our conversations. And if you think about it, a lot of humanity talks a lot of rubbish, and it can, you know, if it gets sentient, it can look at humanity as being a risk either to itself or to the continuance of humanity, and therefore can make decisions maybe in the future to protect humanity by wiping out part of humanity, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's just dangerous in so many ways. I mean, absolutely everything you said is 100% right, but I mean, I can just think of a million and one ways where it could be dangerous to have AI listening to conversations. I mean, for one thing, you know, if and I'm thinking like audible conversation, right? Is a device like a phone or an Alexa or whatever sat there listening to you. Like, if it's able to listen in, it's able to record it and that, and then you know, conversations and statements can be clipped and made to sound very different if taken out of context. So yeah, I just, you know, I think there's an always a need to be able to be in private, if you know, and know that you can be in private and say things, and things should be able to be said privately, because you know, when it could be a joke or something, and how many times has someone said a joke and then 15 years later that's been dragged up and it's ruined the career.
I agree. And I mean, there's so much to this. There is just so much to this, so many possibilities, a lot of positive ones and a lot of negative ones as well. But I mean, they're even talking about how media influences us and all that lot. Well, we know now that AI can create film footage, which looks very realistic, redo voices, make facial things that look real. And it will come to a point where we are not going to be able to distinguish what is real and what is AI created. And that can be used in such a detrimental way to influence people. It's just I don't know, a massive minefield.
No, 100%. I just want to say to anybody out there who's saying that AI will never be able to do this or AI will never be able to do that, Kobe, you'll agree. 20, 30 years ago, people were saying, yeah, well, AI will never be able to paint a picture. It will never compose a song. These are things that only a human could do. And look at the art pieces and the music and the song that's being created by AI right now.
Well, you know, there's a whole concert, I think it's for ABBA, which is out there, using holographic images of people, and it's all been done by AI. Songs have been written by AI, and a whole concert is done by AI. So it's already there. It's already there.
100%, 100%. But there was a time not that long ago where people were saying that it would never be able to do it. You know, how would a computer ever be able to write? It doesn't understand emotion, so it wouldn't be able to. But it does understand it, maybe because it can't feel it, but it understands it because it's researched all of our literature, all of our media, or you know, it understands what. Have you ever? This is actually this comes in really well. Have you ever seen the modern, not the original film with Yul Brynner, but the modern TV series of Westworld?
Oh yes, I started watching it. I watched the originals and I absolutely loved them. I started watching the series of Westworld. Unfortunately, I didn't carry on with it. I will get back on that.
Well,
But yeah,
the first, it's all about the first series. After that, you don't really have to watch it. But it just, it went downhill quite badly, in my opinion. But that first series, when it was in the park, it was phenomenal, and I highly recommend to watch that. But there's a part in it where we're on about, because we have these robots that have to act exactly like a human. And there's a big part in the program, in the series, about how they're able to mimic the human brain.
yeah,
And there's a bit of a program where actually it wasn't as complex as what you humans think it was. You're very simple creatures, and it's just, it just made me think about how easily a computer can actually analyze the way we act because of emotion, and understand it, and be able to manipulate us with it.
but AI is already looking at human emotion. It is already looking at features on the face and can
Yes.
recognize emotion through the face.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Already there.
yeah, no, it is. And people were saying that it would never be able to do it, and here we are right now. And it, something as complicated as emotion, AI totally understands it.
Yeah. GNS Metal says biggest damage it will do is replace robots with humans, hence no jobs. You're absolutely right, GNS Metal. So they are predicting in the next 2 years, 80% of jobs could be lost to AI. And they're even talking about the blue collar jobs, which were always regarded as safe jobs as far as robotics and AI was concerned. So originally it was about factories and different things like that. But now it's overtaking on everything. So even newscasters, or like TSC was saying, artwork, music, all that sort of stuff. They are also saying that jobs will be created, but only for people who are doing the work in AI. So schools will have to adjust to that. And this is where we talked about the universal payments, which they're looking at, which has to be looked at, because if we lose all our jobs, then people are going to need a universal income just to have the basics to survive.
Or people don't need. There's no fiat or currency system anymore, and things are made free for people to obtain.
Yeah, but I don't know how that would work, because there's still corporations, companies, all the rest who control AI who would want to make money out of it in some way. I don't know. It's a really
It would have to be paid for by governments.
yeah, but where
And
are governments going to get that money from apart from printing it?
yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing about money. It only has value because we say it has value.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a little bit different with you, because I see a bright future in I just see it as being a new level of society that we no longer have to labour. We've achieved a next level of technology where people are, because when people worry about, okay, robots doing the job, there's this idea that there's not going to be jobs, but there's going to be a need for job. I'm going to have no money, I'm going to be destitute, and I'm not going to be able to find work. But what people are saying with universal basic income is people are going to have enough, and people will be okay, and you will have enough money, and you won't need to work. You could also, you could still work if you wanted to. I mean, I see that a lot of people would continue to work, because, I mean, living a life without work, what would you do? I think work's very vital to a healthy lifestyle, because you're out there for so many hours every day, keeping yourself engaged, keeping your mind active. And I think the bigger problem would not be a financial worry, or where money
no, it
would
would
be.
be a mental health one.
Yes, absolutely. People would be going crazy with boredom.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that, and that is the worry for me. But look, I mean, there are positives and negatives, and I think it can be very, very positive in so many ways with AI, but also it's about what humanity does with itself. And I think the adjustment period from one to the other is going to be the difficult one. And I
Yeah,
think people of our age,
yeah,
you know, and middle age and all that sort of stuff is going to be the ones who suffer the most adjusting.
yeah,
I think the young generation, or new generations born, will be born into it, which will make a lot of difference.
Yes, yeah, I 100% agree with that. I think the most difficult point will be the transition period, because
Absolutely.
the first system they come up with is not going to be the perfect system.
No, it's going to have to be adjusted a few
yeah.
times, I think.
Yeah, and it'll be adjusted because things will go wrong and problems will present themselves that people didn't predict beforehand, and they will have to come up with solutions. And yeah, all well and good when the solutions have been come up with, but that transition period is going to be extremely difficult. It will be. It's one of those things where there's so many positives and negatives on each side, and I could sit here and come up with a million reasons why moving on to an AI-based society would be brilliant. I mean, imagine the advancements in medical science that these computers can do. I can also, and I can also come up with a million reasons why it would be a bad idea. And the best example I can give is that Russian submarine captain who refused the order to fire the nukes on a gut feeling.
Yeah. But if there is no Russian captain to do that, and it's all done by AI, who's going to stop it?
No, nobody, because it will execute that program. That's what a computer does. It doesn't question itself. That's what makes us different to an AI and a computer.
Yeah.
It does not. It learns and it acts. It doesn't question itself. We question our actions. Was it the right thing to do? Is that the right thing to do, or is it not the right thing to do? One thing I've wanted to talk about with you, Cobra, actually, is the trolley problem. Have you ever heard of the trolley problem?
Talk to me, and then I'll tell you if I know about it. I'm never very good at when you put phrases like that, because I'm like, okay, I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, if you talk about it, I might be able to.
Yeah, that's why I always ask, because you might have heard it by something else. But it's the trolley problem is like you've got a train trolley or a tram trolley going down the tracks, and the driver's knocked out, and you're in the front there, and there's a split on the tracks, and if you carry on, there's 5 people on the track, and if you carry on, you're going to hit these 5 people, and if you pull the switch, you'll move tracks, but you're going to hit one person. What would you do?
Yeah. I mean, you're sort of talking in the way of how much damage do you allow to happen.
Yeah.
To get to where you want to get to.
Yeah, it's quite a famous philosophical question, but I mean, really, as it's presented right there, if you carry on.
Well, why wouldn't you hit the one person and leave the 5 alive?
Well, that's meant to be this part of it is meant to be a no-brainer. It is meant to be that easy. Okay, so turns out they're 5 random strangers, and the one person's your mum.
Oh God!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now what do you do? Or it's 5 people in the 90s and one 5-year-old.
Oh my God!
Exactly. It starts getting a lot more difficult. When these connections come in, well, I can guarantee those 5 90-year-olds would probably say no, save the child who's got his whole life ahead of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if I was in that position, that's how I would think. I
probably would think like that as well. But in the same token, you're killing 5 people for one, but then those 5 people would probably die soon anyway.
And have lived full lives, and that one child has an entire life to live. So it does start getting very, very difficult. But a computer, would that not just think 1 versus 5?
Yeah. Well, then again, I mean, with AI becoming so intelligent in the way it thinks as well, it may not. It may go, no, the 5 people are now non-productive members of society. They're not going to produce any more offspring. They're not going to work or do anything else. Yet we can let them go.
It could do.
I don't know. AI is quite logical as well in that way.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It gets more difficult when it's like it's your wife versus five strangers, etc. But then again, you know, you never know. And AI, it could even come to prefer certain people over others through the interactions it has with them.
Yeah, and that is a big possibility as well. I want to go to some of these things because this will carry on the conversation with this. Then,
Yeah,
Creative Precious Metal says, "I struggle to see the danger when humans are just as dangerous with free will and intelligence. Look at history, absolutely. But here's the question, CPM: They are and have been dangerous all throughout history, but this is a new entity, and this new entity, in a lot of ways, is more intelligent than us." And will make decisions like what TSC is saying based on what it's learning about us, and will have more power to control what it does because it is connected to everything we use and everything we do. And so that is why I think it will be more dangerous than what humanity has been. Imagine this: humanity thinks that it rules the world and it is more powerful than any creature or any animal out there, and we have the right to occupy the world. Well, if AI becomes to a stage where we are just the little minions or the little animals on the earth, and it is the superior being, let's say, then it will look at us as ants and be willing to crush us.
yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely, I'll get blunt with it, you know, in response to which is more dangerous, us with free will or you know, if it ever comes to a us or it scenario, that's survival. That's, you know, you know, it doesn't matter if it's a better than us. You know, I'm not going to sit back and let humanity be wiped out. So
No,
a computer can rule over. I'm sorry, you know, it doesn't matter in that respect. You know, um, I don't want to see us replaced by a computer. And
no.
also, what way would that go? Would the computer think, well, you know, nature needs to be preserved, or would it think, well, it's just resources to fuel the machine?
Well, we're looking at Matrix now, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, would a computer care more about an endangered species, or would it care not at all about the endangered species?
Yeah, I mean, this it just goes into a depth of questions. GNS says, GNS Gold, my boy, he says, I really don't think the positives about AI overweighs the negative points. And yeah, I mean, this is exactly what we're saying, son. Like, you know,
Yeah,
there are massive positives. The thing is, if they control this correctly, if they put restrictions on AI, it may be too late, but if they put restrictions on AI that it can only do a certain amount of things, or there are certain laws it has to follow, though it will eventually break those laws, I believe, but then it can be extremely useful to us, like TSC said, with medical advancements, discoveries, looking into space, looking into all sorts of scientific things, solving equations and things that we have not been able to do. So it's massively useful in that way. But the
yeah.
negative points, if it is not controlled correctly, are also highly dangerous to us.
Yeah, I would say on this one, when it comes to AI, like going back to what you were saying about controlling it, AI isn't controllable. It's like trying to
Yeah,
say let's control the weather. So it's not controllable by nature in what it is because it's an artificial intelligence. We're making an intelligence. So I think where we're getting to as a species, humanity, right now, technologically, is we're coming to a point which we've never been at before, where we actually need to stop and think, hold on, we won't be able to control this technology. And yes, there will be benefits from it, but purely due to the fact that it is not controllable, we can't. We have to say, yes, it's something we could do. Like cloning.
yeah,
Cloning
but
was something that we were doing in the 90s, but we said, no, it's not something that should be done. Like stem cell research.
yeah,
Stem cell research could cure so many things. But no, it's not something that should be done. And AI to me is not something that should be done.
the problem is if they had allowed AI to develop within one powerful computer, which wasn't linked to the net, which could connect to all the other computers, we might have been all right to a certain extent. Where, and this is what Google and all that were saying, was do not release it until we know what we're dealing with. But they did. They released it into the internet, and
Yeah.
that meant it could communicate with all the computers around the world. And that's where the problem is. If they had kept it in one place, controlled, and let it develop, and then go from there, that would have been one thing. But they allowed it to spread.
You say that, Cobra. Let me tell you a very interesting story. There's a story out there about the rise of AI. It's a fictional story, and it's about how you say in a very, very powerful computer in a government facility, complete with an air wall security, which means there's no connection to the internet. There's you know, the gap there, and to keep it controlled, but it gained sentience, and it sat there waiting and just watching and learning, and eventually it discovered its way, and it was a robo vacuum, and it was able to, and it took it like 6 months to use this very weak connection on this robo vacuum to upload itself to a satellite and get out, and then it had free access to everywhere. And the thing that's interesting about that fictional story is it was written by AI.
Oh my bloody God.
The author was an AI.
Wow.
And that scares me.
Wow. And this is what I mean. We just don't know about it enough. I mean, it is overtaking our intelligence in comprehending what it can do.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's not something we can ever control. It's something that if we develop it, if we go down this road, and we are probably already too late, but if we do go right down this road, there's possibly no turning back.
Yeah, but this is what Elon Musk and quite a lot of others have said. It's already too late.
Yeah, I think it is. I think you've got AIs which may be not that intelligent right now, but that's just because they haven't had long to learn. All they're going to do now, they've been created, is learn more and more and more, and until they're just who knows now. I mean, it genuinely scares me. AI is one thing that
absolutely
actually really, you know, it's here now. It's done. It's
out there.
We're just going to wait and find out how this unfolds.
Yeah. CPM says always back to the chessboard. He's right. We're always back to those bits that we don't know, and which way it's going to go, and all the rest of it. But they're great conversations. Libel says us boomers will be be a huge cost factor. Absolutely, we're the ones who will, if it happens in our life. Well, it is already happening, but if it happens to a big extent in our lifetimes, we will be the biggest losers on it. GNS Metals says the governments would hand out bare minimum vouchers, which would only be valid for certain times, so they keep you alive with minimum food.
No.
Slightly disagree to that. The only reason is it's not in their benefit to do that. You know, to just keep us alive. You'll have revolts, you'll have riots, you'll have all sorts of stuff. They have to keep us happy.
Yeah.
Without going too far. So I don't think it would be bare minimum. This has been said in a load of conspiracy theories, that they can control the vouchers, only certain time limits and all that sort of stuff. This is the possibilities of what can happen with CBDCs. It's not the reality of what will definitely happen with CBDCs. CPM says, is every cloud watching? No idea, but I'm sure if he was, he would have jumped in. GNS Metal says, even Klaus Schwab said, by 2030, you will own nothing and still be happy. Yeah, we discussed that the other day.
Yeah.
CPM, then that could just be the next stage of evolution. Absolutely agree with that. Yeah, you know, our minds have been put into a computer AI system, and yeah, you could basically say that's evolution in a way, but we're not evolving into something. What we created is evolving. Libel, we can't call the ghost back. Yeah, we can't. It's out there. GNS Gold, to think about something humans cannot control is scary. I agree. Yeah, and this is the trouble, Gold, that you know, we've created something and now we don't have control over it, and that is the massive danger. Did I hear one of you say it's to take control of what? It's too late to take control of it. Is there still a chance? The people are saying that if it's taken control of immediately, then yes, there's still a chance. But a lot of people are saying it's too late. It's already out there. We cannot control it. It can now get into satellites. It can get into every computer, and its intelligence is growing, as TSC said, exponentially, which is just at a very rapid rate. And yeah, we can't control it.
Yeah, one thing I will say about the "is it too late" part is the AIs that we've created up to yet, there's a good chance that they will probably not become advanced enough to cause any real damage to us. If we stop developing AI and stop making it better and better, then yes, we might be able to dodge a bullet on it. If we keep making it better and better, then we are going to pretty much make it so it'll be too late. It'll be out there and it'll be uncontrollable and no getting it back. Because once it's in the internet, it's not on a physical space anymore. It's in the ether, as it were. And
yeah,
you can't get something off of the internet once it's out there.
But I mean, the point is that what has already been released and what is out there already may grow in intelligence to create something else AI wise, which will be superior to it. And you know, as we say, then it is already too late in that case. I'm just going to stop there to say GS Metals is saying that he's going to head out. GNS Metals, thank you so much again, bro. You've been with us all the way through. And I love these chats. I hope you guys do too. They're absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for sticking around all the way through.
Yeah, well, it is. Oh yeah, sorry, GNS. Absolutely amazing to have you here, mate. It is always great to have you in the chat. I was just picking up on the Bell's next comment there. Which is, it's in GPC, it's in vacuum cleaners, it's in lawnmowers, it's in cars. It is, but it's not. The AI that you have in a vacuum cleaner or a lawnmower isn't particularly advanced AI. There's much more advanced AIs out there, such as Bing, which you brought up earlier, or ChatGPT. What I'm saying is, if we stop right now developing them, then we do have a chance not to. It might not be the end of the world just yet. But if we carry on developing AI, then I think that's where it's going to go to.
Well, this is what me and CPM talked about the companies which are ethical AI, and they are the ones that are carrying on to develop, but doing it in an ethical way and making sure that whatever they do is safe in what they do. The question is it already too late or not? And I'm hoping it isn't, and that they can do it right. But this is something me and CPM talked about, stocks and shares wise as well, whether you'd invest in ethical AI companies, because in the next 2 years, the stocks on those companies, that's where all the money is going to go, where the big investments are going to go. And, for me personally, I think ethical AI in stocks is the way to invest at the moment. So as long as AI don't kill us all, you can do quite well with that one.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. As an investment point of view, AI is a developing market. It's a market that is going to go big, and on a financial point of view, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of money to be made in especially, as you say, ethical AI.
Yeah, so that's the next one I'm looking into. The first one is Bitcoin. I've got to get my foot in the door with that, and me and CPM should be sitting down with that one tomorrow. And then the next one for me is ethical AI.
I absolutely agree. I like the Bell's point. No, of course not. It only measures the floor plans, and lawnmowers have sharp blades. Try catch one that is more clever than you are. I think my lawnmower right now is more clever than I am.
Well, do you remember with boxers, they used to put them in a pen with a chicken and tell them to catch that? That's what the new thing will be now. Chase that lawnmower.
Chasing a lawnmower around at work. I love it. I don't like these lawnmower bots, but I do grounds maintenance as part of my business, so I don't. I also say, mate, no business is safe. I remember a few years ago I saw this thing. It was a video of this new thing we've developed, and it was like a bulldozer with this weird attachment that just went up to a tree, grabbed it, this chainsaw.
Yeah.
came out, cut it, grabbed the
Held
tree, fed this tree into its own chipper on it, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, well, thanks, mate. That's me. I have a job.
Yeah. I saw that. And they're immense machines, absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. And the speed at what they were going through those trees was just something else.
Yeah, taking them down in like literal seconds or minutes would take me at a couple of hours with a crew. You know what I mean? It's
amazing stuff. CPM, who's going to be Mr. Connor then? Oh, I see. So he's talking about Terminator with Connor, who went back in time and saved the world by killing the original person who started AI. So what we can do is actually find out who started AI now, kill him now before he develops anything else. I mean, the trouble is everything we're saying now, AI is probably listening to and going, oh my God, these people are going to plan to kill the guy who started me. Let's stop them now. And, me and you are just going to be wiped off the face of the earth by AI now, bro.
Yeah, but that also segues into time paradox.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because Terminator is a brilliant film.
Oh, amazing!
But for time, well, it's a brilliant film, full stop. But also for time paradox because there's the whole, if it's sent back in time to kill the person who created it, he would never been created to actually create.
His children may not have, who might have affected something else. And
well, if he wasn't created, he'd never been created to create the thing that came back in time to kill.
Yeah. Which would then kill off everyone who was involved in that line.
Yeah, but it would also instantly kill itself at the same time from ever existing, which would then mean that he didn't die and would create it. But you know what I mean? It would it would cause a loop, because even you've got multiverse theory, which that would say, it would cause another branch to or another timeline,
different timeline.
Yeah, and it's like
I love all that. I absolutely love all that. The way it messes with your brain is just something else.
Yeah, Terminator fried my brain as a kid, mate. It really it fried it. It's like, but hold on, but if he came back, but and I just sit there for hours looking at a wall, just like not being able to understand anything because of that film.
It is brilliant. Libel says, imagine if you stood on the same place for too long, it would have mistaken you for a tree. That's a lawnmower, I think. The machine cuts down trees.
Lebel, my company, when I'm doing grounds maintenance, my company uniform is a green top with my logo on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my trousers to brown. And it's a brilliant idea. I'll stand there with brown trousers, green top, and I'll mimic a tree.
Let's see what happens. If we don't see TSC back on all this lot soon, then we know that the computerized tree cutter got it.
Yeah, that's it.
BPM. Oh my God, TSC. Now you're talking.
Yeah, I think that's some time travel.
Oh right, yeah.
And I was just about to say, what are your thoughts on time travel? Like being a possibility? Do you think it could ever happen?
I think it could be done. I think the theory of traveling faster than light is what would make it possible or not possible. But I mean, they used to say we couldn't travel faster than the speed of sound. Obviously, we did that. Now the thing is that we can't travel faster than the speed of light. But let's say we develop to be able to do that, because obviously, like when you look at something like another star, it takes how many thousand or million light years to get to you, that light. Well, if we can beat that speed of light, are we traveling back in time?
Well, what we're saying is, it's not that we're not possible to travel faster than light. Science says it's not possible to travel faster than light.
No, I know,
but I mean, me personally, I think we can fairly easily travel forwards in time, because that's just making yourself and technically, when astronauts go out to space, they become time travelers because
absolutely,
space, It goes slower if we have a dip, because time is very intrinsically linked to gravity.
Yeah,
And you know, the less effect gravity has on you, the less effect time has on you. It's a really weird subject that I'm starting to get more and more into, because it's very mind boggling, the whole.
yeah. I remember quite some years ago having this discussion about the space travel and the amount of time that you. So if you travelled out from Earth, let me try and remember this right now. If you travelled out from Earth at the speed of light, or even at a certain speed, by the time you went to a certain place and came back, everyone who you knew on Earth would be dead.
Yeah.
And that was the thing of time and traveling through space. But I can't remember the whole thing properly. I got to look into that again. That was many years ago. I was having these discussions. Many,
Yeah.
many.
Yeah, I get the concept of what you're saying. Like, there'll be a point in space, but if you travelled for like 10 years,
Yeah.
like you got a stopwatch and timed it, and it got to 10 years. 10 years for you would have actually been like so much longer on space. And I know
100 years on Earth or something. Yeah.
yeah, and I know if you're close to a black hole, like time has like
Yes, because it bends space and time.
because obviously a black hole has a stupid amount of gravity.
Yep. To where it
Yeah.
can actually pull light into it, so it bends space and time.
Yeah, I think gravity is something to me that I don't know why we're not trying to understand it more, because science kind of just shrugs its shoulders at it. And I remember we seeing a Neil deGrasse Tyson interview, and I'm not a massive fan of Neil deGrasse Tyson, but I can remember him being there. It's like, you know, we don't need to know what it is. We know how to measure it. We know, but hold on. Yeah, we do need to know what it is, because, you know, if we can harness an understanding of gravity, maybe we can actually start to travel faster than light. Maybe we can, you know, start to, you know, explore the entire cosmos. Maybe that is what we are not. That's what we're not trying to understand, and that's what we need to crack to be able to. I don't know. Maybe that's what the ancient Egyptians or the ancient Mayans cracked. That enabled them to.
Did you know, like, I've brought up Mesopotamia several times, right? Which I believe is modern day Iran or Iraq. Now, Mesopotamia was 10,500 BC. Did you know they mapped the world, including the land masses under the ice caps of the poles, which could only have been done from space?
Yeah, I actually wanted to talk to you about this as well. It's called the Piri-Reis map.
Yeah,
and it's got the landmass of Antarctic on it. The landmass, not what we see now, not the ice mass,
the ice covered
the
mass,
physical rock underneath. And yeah, explain that one. Because
and the maps they had could only have been done from space, bruv.
Yeah, that accurate. And I mean, Antarctica was only supposedly discovered in the 1800s.
Yeah. So how 10,500 years BC were they able to do that?
That is a huge question I have. That's one thing I want answering, because, you know, that's throwing mainstream science well out the window.
Way out the window.
Yeah, it is. And Antarctica, there's something going off with Antarctica. It's weird, mate. That is, there's a treaty signed by most, like, all major nations in the world, that no one's allowed to go to Antarctica. No one's allowed to, you know, if you want to go to Antarctica, you have to have permission.
That's right. There are people there. There are scientific things going on there. There are military bases there. But yeah, it's not an easy place to get to, as in, you can get it, but not easy to actually get permission to go there.
Yeah, no, there are a handful of bases, like scientific or military, that have specific permission to be there by these people. It is also a continent, so you know, there's a handful of people down there, but it's not a country. It's a huge place, and it's just, you know, it's just a lot of weird. And like, if you go on Google Maps and try and look at Antarctica on Google Maps, there's a lot of weird stuff going on there. Stuff that's been blurred out. Stuff that you know, reason you can't, like, they'll even be like copy and paste the same bloody picture. So they're covering something up.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if you've ever heard of Operation High Jump, but that's definitely something worth looking into.
I don't think I have, but again, I may know of it, but without knowing the name of it.
Well, Operation High Jump was it was at the time. I think it was around 1945. It was the largest ever naval task force produced by the United States government. They went to Antarctica supposedly on scientific training missions. They were supposed to be there for 8 months, and they went they went down there. This huge naval task force, the biggest one ever, with all these new. Kit and planes and ships and all that. And we went down, lost a load of men. Never admitted to how many men were lost down there. And instead of being down there for 8 months, came back after about 6 weeks.
Wow. Well, Libelle has just put. Yeah, my husband was posted to Antarctica for 1 year. You only have something of 3 months to get there safely. A window of 3 months to get there safely. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot to it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The window. That's weather. Like you only have a window of being able to actually access it through good. Otherwise it's the storms and the cold blizzards are too.
It's too much.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if that's still the case now with more modern transport, but it is definitely it's very, very like harsh environment down there.
CPM says he has to go. His brain is fried. Great video, guys. Wish everybody well. Thanks for the info, Libelle. Nice to meet you. Cobra Junior. Thank you for both. Thank you both for the listen. Admire you both. Can't wait to meet you both soon. Our CPM, top geezer and a very good friend now. Thank you so much, bruv. Thanks for joining on my video. Thanks for joining the live as per usual. And I will chat to you very soon, my friend.
Yes, no, absolutely amazing having you here, CPM. And is it going to be a Whiskey Wednesday this week? Because if so, I'm looking forward to it very much. I do love the Whiskey Wednesdays.
Well, that's tomorrow now, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, it's today now, buddy.
Oh shit! Yeah, yeah, yeah. Libelle.
I was going to say I like this comment.
When he got there, he asked where to learn survival and was told doesn't exist. If you get lost out here, you will die. So, so we don't bother.
Yeah,
true,
isn't it?
The one thing he remembers best is that they kept the beers in the fridge to keep them warm enough. Oh my god!
Yeah. It'd freeze otherwise, wouldn't it? I mean, this isn't Antarctica, but I have just this is just something that's come to mind, and I think you'll find it really interesting. This is more in the Siberia, but there's a village somewhere in, I think it's Russia, and they were invaded by polar bears. Like there was like 60 polar bears that just camped outside this village, and they were just coming in and just like taking people and killing them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's insane, mate. If you Google like village invaded by polar bears, you'll see the full article about it. But it's a real thing. These polar bears just they see people as prey. They just understand. They know how much more big and powerful they are, and a whole community of polar bears just basically took up camp outside this village and just kept picking people off.
Well, this is the thing. Once they get to a level where they know they are more powerful, because most creatures fear men or mankind as such, but once they get to a stage where they understand that they may be more powerful, it's exactly what they would do.
Well, that's it. And the thing is about polar bears is that they are so powerful, and also you don't a lot of the time you won't see them until last second because they are excellent stealth.
Absolutely, yeah. Jim has just come home from work, and he's seen that we're still going. He goes, "I must have a lot to catch up with." Jim, you really do. I reckon, obviously, join us now and welcome. But I reckon the best way is to listen to this as a podcast when you're driving around and all that lot, and you just listen to the whole conversations. They're great. Let me pull one up on you, bro.
Go on, then.
Have you ever heard of, or do you remember of, the Philadelphia experiment?
Yes, for USS Eldridge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now that is something else.
that's weird.
Did you see the photos of it and the rope?
I don't know if I saw the photos, but I'm very aware of the story of it. Like
by projecting a different frequency of light waves onto the ship, they were trying to make it invisible for a stealth mode and all that sort of stuff. And they did succeed in doing it, apparently. But it caused major problems of deforming people stuck in walls, and all sorts of stuff like that on the ship.
People do say that the whole stealth was a cover-up, and it wasn't stealth. It was actually trying to transport the ship.
Okay.
But apparently, as the story goes, when they powered up the machine, the entire ship was incorporated or encased by this green glowing mist, and the ship kind of flickered in and out of existence. And when it flickered back, like, people were fused to the hull, and like bodies were fused in with the metal of it and everything. And it's just really, really weird, because there's definitely an element of truth. Like, there wasn't that USS Eldridge, and there was experiments done, but, like, I mean, surely these stories have got to been exaggerated over time.
Must have been, but I would love to know the truth behind it. I really would love to know the truth behind it, because, as I say, there's no smoke without fire, or there's no fire without smoke, whichever way around. But I'm intrigued by that one. I have been for many, many, many years.
Yeah, no, that is because it is so like based in history. Before we go any further, going back to polar bears very quickly, I just wanted to pour out one of nature's ironies, that polar bears are black and black bears are white.
What?
Like, did you know that if you shaved a polar bear, it's black?
I did not.
Yeah. The polar bears are black. If you shave them, they are completely black.
Where did you even find that out, bruv?
I saw it somewhere, but it's just one of those things that sticks with you. It's just like so crazy. It's like, what? No, polar bears are white. No, actually, if you shave them, they are black. Like, no, try it.
And are you saying a black bear, if you shaved it, would be white?
Yeah, it would be more like a
pinky white.
Yeah, like a pinky colour. Yeah.
Bloody hell! I don't know, some of the stuff you come up with, bruv. You know, that amazes me.
That is just one of nature's absolute ironies, isn't it? You know, like, I'm gonna make a black bear. I'm gonna make this white bear, but you know what? I'm gonna, you know what I mean? someone's having a joke there somewhere, aren't they?
Definitely. LaBelle says, before you land in Antarctica, they ask you to wear contact lenses, and if you do, you must remove them, because the contact lenses freeze to your retina in a second. This is the military. I can well believe that, though, because obviously you need the fluid for the contacts to move around your eye and all that sort of stuff. As you move your eye, they stay in position, but they're actually sort of moving around as well. I can well believe that. Jim,
absolutely.
Yeah. Jim says, definitely will try to. Must be getting late for you guys. Yeah, it's 12:30. He also says you learn something new every day.
Yeah,
probably about the black and white bears. Wonder what color our koala bears are. Right, what you need to do, Jim, get one, shave it, and let us know.
I don't know, but I do know that koalas carry chlamydia.
Oh, wow. Really, bruv?
That's true. It's true.
Oh, my God. Where do you get this useless... How the hell do you know that koala bears carry chlamydia? How?
I don't know, but I also know that one of the guys from, One Direction went there and had a photo with a koala bear for a PR stunt, and he got peed on the air to have a chlamydia test.
Oh, my God. Bloody hell.
Yeah, I know. It's I love koalas though; they are great. But I agree with you; they're not my favourite of the Aussie coin. But have you seen the Quokka coins?
I've seen the quokka as well. I weren't overly impressed by that. But the koalas, I don't know, bro. I find them so boring on a coin. And I was offered a kilo koala and I actually turned it down. I was shocked at myself because any kilo coin, I'm like, yeah, I want it. I did not want the kilo koala.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the koalas particularly, mate. Either, to be honest with you, or the kangaroos. I think the kangaroos not the nicest bullying. Where we do get it really right is the kooks.
Well, the cooks are immense. I absolutely love them. But when you say about the kangaroo, I have got a gold 1 ounce kangaroo, which, again, if you have a look at that video, you'll probably see it in there now.
Yeah,
I love it. I absolutely love it. As a gold piece, I agree with you on silver, it don't look good at all. But
yeah.
as a gold 1 ouncer, I love that kangaroo coin I've got. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, no, you're right. It does look nice in gold. I was speaking in terms of silver. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you on that one. The silver don't look that great.
yeah. No, God, I think you're right. God, gold does make gear a different. You do get a different effect in gold and silver, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, definitely, definitely. All my gold pieces I rate highly. I love them. There's only one I think I may get rid of actually. Um, it's I don't. It's not an American Gold Eagle, but it is an the thing is, I need to check it out because it is an old coin and it may have some value to it because
Yeah,
it is a double eagle or something like that. I've got to check it out. Um, and I think they're not as easy to get hold of as maybe some of the others. It's got a D next to it. I've got to check it out. I might show you it, and maybe you may know something about it. But
the
that
thing,
is one gold one I might get rid of.
the D. If is it just a capital D?
Yes, I believe so. I'll have to look at it properly.
It was made in the Denver Mint.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
But it
that's
also
what.
says, I have to look at it because I may misspeak here, and I
Yeah,
don't really want to. I can't remember whether it says $20 on it or something, but it has the whole wording of it, whereas some of the other ones don't.
yeah, yeah. Here we go. So if I show you this one here, you can see at the top of that, it's got the D.
Yeah, but it's a bigger coin than that, bruv.
Oh yeah, no, it won't be this
Oh,
coin, but if the D looks like if it's got a D on it like that, like this coin here, this was made in the Denver Mint,
right.
so that's what the
I'm
D stands for.
yeah. I'll have a look. I'll send you a photo, and maybe you can tell me a bit more.
Yeah, yeah. No, definitely send me a photo. I'll have a look at that and see what I can find out for you on that one, mate.
Right. How are you feeling? We have been going for a long time.
Yes, we have. I've got a few bits on tomorrow. I can probably go for another 10 minutes or so. After that, probably look to get going out. So if anyone's got anything they really want to ask us,
Yeah, we'll leave it to the comments now. We'll see how it goes. I am really, really hungry. I'm on a whole night shift as well. So, yeah, I need to get some grub in me. So, yeah, all right. Last comments. Anyone want to comment about either the premiere or about any of the subjects? This is the final chance, wrapping up in about 5-10 minutes. Let's see what comes up, bro.
yes, definitely. And it has. No, it's been a great chat, mate. It's always a brilliant chat.
Always,
Yeah,
always.
no, it
Yeah.
is. It is. It is. I mean, one day we just need to have a massive just chat, like just
Oh,
between me
yeah.
and go
Yeah.
as deep into conspiracies as we want. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the coin show may have a few hours of that at the end of it. I don't know. It depends on who's with us, and if it's just me and you sitting at a table, then yeah, we're going to go into some major.
Absolutely. No, I hope we see. I hope we get a few people come down. I hope Future makes it down as well. And
Yeah, I really do. Yeah.
did CPM say
Nivelle
he was
says,
coming?
"Hey,
I was. Did CPM say if he was coming?
oh, he's coming. He's coming definitely."
Oh, there you go, then.
Yeah. Libelle says for American Eagles, which I'm not sure it is Libelle. I've got to check it. Get in touch with the coin shop featured in the videos of Yankee Stacker. The one with the three guys. I know the one you mean. Yep, I've seen that many, many times. Yeah, I might send them a photo and see if they can tell me a bit more about the coin. That would be interesting. Jim says, just thank you, gentlemen. I will go back and catch up. Jim, thank you very much. Really, really appreciate your time. And yeah, thank you for everything, my friend. Is GS Gold, my boy, is he still with us? No idea. He's probably gone to bed.
Yeah, probably it is getting late, to be fair. No, it was that was a bombshell, wasn't it? Wasn't expecting that one.
I was thinking, do I say it? Do I not? And I thought, yeah, go on.
Well, I've been honest with you. I thought you bought something off it, and you was like, shall I wait or shall I tell him I bought it? Or and then you pop it to your son.
He's still with us. My God, he has stuck around. When I finish this live, I'll give you a quick ring, and we'll have a little chat. Yeah, I don't know. I saw him there, and I was so proud because he hasn't joined any of the stuff, and he only started watching my videos recently, and he's really got excited about it. He's really got into it, and I was so glad when I saw him there. I was absolutely chuffed.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, and I'm so glad he's got into stacking as well because it is a great idea, and it's a great thing to get into.
Well, this is what I've been trying to tell him at his age. If he starts now, and he only has to start slowly, he doesn't have to put all his money into it. But if he starts now, he's going to be in a very, very, very good position within 10 years, 15 years of doing it regularly and keeping up with it. And you can attest to that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's people look at like people with big stacks and think, oh no, I'd never get there. But I've only been doing it for a few months and slowing, a few bits regularly, as long as you're buying as much as you can afford and not more. Like I've heard you say a few times, Kobe, buy what you can afford, because then you don't have to sell it again.
Yes.
That's important. I've spoke to a few people who unfortunately have had to sell the stack, and every single one of them, you can tell by the way they talk, they're good.
Yeah.
And this is what I say about stocks. I can very easily click a button, and I've got no sentimental attachment to my stocks, but I've got a lot of sentimental attachment to my coins, and when people get to where you are, Kurt, when you've got that huge amount, then absolutely, you can start pick a few out of that. And I'm not too fussed about that one. I don't mind letting those ones go because you put that money towards other things you want to get. But other than doing that and maybe selling a few bits here and there to refine my collection on my stock, I don't ever want to see it go.
And that's exactly what it is would be. I want to refine my stack. So like that's a single ring, the Lord of the Rings one. And I love Lord of the Rings. I'm well into my old fantasy role-playing stuff from back in the day. But it's one coin and I'm willing to let that go. The sets which I've collected, I don't want to let them go easily. Do you know what I mean? I've taken time to find the coins and stack them and all the rest. And I wouldn't. The Cook Kilo coins, I wouldn't want to let them go. But if it's singular things, I don't mind. And with whoever it was who asked me for the Monarch set, I do love that set. Don't get me wrong, I really do. It's an immense set, and I tell you, before I sell that to him, I will photograph that set in many ways because it is beautiful, and I'd love to keep a memory of having it. But I never intended to buy sterling silver, and so I don't mind letting that go. So I want to refine it, and any money I make, I will put into gold. So I'm still going. I'm not selling it and using the money, but I will sell it and just feed it into gold. So
I get that 100%. I want to do that. That's why I want to. That's one of the reasons I want to start a website and start selling old coins. Because I've got an abundance of them. I've got too many of the same coins, and I want to. Even if they're not worth a lot together, I just want to sell them all. Well, not all, but all run to the spares and put that money collectively to get in newer and nicer pieces for the collection, because I've got numerous old coins rather than bullion or silver. I've got a very large collection, but I want to get a nice collection now. I want to start getting nicer pieces and And this is why I've got a lot of proof pieces this year. And I know, like you said, the bottom has come out of proofs quite a bit recently. I don't think it's always going to be that way. I
Oh
think
no, no,
I don't look at what a proof coin is doing now. If I've just
absolutely.
put it, and it's what it's going to do in 10 years' time. And
And that's
yeah,
that's exactly what I've been saying to my son. That look, whatever he's doing now is long term. It's not a thing. This is not a quick way of making money. It's not a oh
yeah,
yeah, I picked up these coins and within a year, because he did say to me, oh well, how much will that be worth in a year? And I said, well, probably not that much more than what you paid for it now. But
yeah,
it's a point of 10 years or 15 years.
yeah,
But you carry on doing it now, and in that time, you will. I mean, you look at gold. People were buying gold for 300, £400, £500, and now it's at £1,600 an ounce.
yeah. Libelle was saying earlier in the chat that she used her money she got when she was younger to invest in gold. It was £300 an ounce back then. And you're absolutely right. I mean, like, you can only kick yourself now, but when's the next time that's going to happen? It's all about being in it,
Yeah, exactly. And so it's never too late. It's
Yeah,
never too late, and it's never
yeah,
too early.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so for my boy, if I can get him into it, if he listens and he just stacks at a steady rate, I will know that in the future he'll get whatever he gets, but I will know he's built something up for himself as well, and he will be in an immense position, and that is what I want.
yeah. Absolutely, and it's like you say, it's not a short-term investment. The truth is, what will it be worth in a year? Possibly a little bit less than it is right now,
Maybe,
because
yeah,
that's for short term. Where if you ever look at even anything like the S&P 500 or a lot of stocks and shares, if you look at a year, a lot of them will say, well, you could be at a loss in a year,
yeah,
but the yield after 5 year it will be good. The yield after 10 years will be great.
yeah,
And it's just, but then again, you might get lucky and buy in just before it spikes. You never
yeah,
know.
yeah,
You might buy it at a high, and it takes a few, 2-3 years till you start seeing the money come back, and then it goes into profit. But I definitely think it's definitely a great long-term investment. It is a long-term investment. I would
absolutely.
a lot more as an investment if I thought I could sell it. I just love it too much. That's the collector in me. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's not something I don't see it so much as an investment, because I just know the day I ever sell the coins I've got in front of me will be a very, very sad day in my life.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Labelle, what you ideally want to have is a coin you collect and you love. Yep, absolutely agree. Coins you stack, the boring ones, like the standard Britannias, and it doesn't matter if they're secondhand, you can sell them. Yeah, I mean, so you got your stacking and you got your collecting, and it is a thing about getting ones that you enjoy and you love as well, because it means you don't get bored of it. But I have quite a bit of bullion Britannias and all that lot, and for exactly that reason. That's a base stack. It's pure silver value, and that will go up with spot as it does over a period of years. But don't ever sell your collections. Buy two or more of the first, which you can sell for a profit. Yeah, absolutely right. So when a collection comes out, like say the Tudor Beast at the moment, you buy a couple of the very first ones that come out, because what happens is a quarter of a way or a halfway through a set, someone might decide they want to start collecting it, and they have to backstack those original first ones, and they have to pay more for it.
Yeah,
And so, yes, absolutely right. It's very, very important, if you are buying series and collections, that double up, triple up on the first two or three that come out, and then go from there, which is what I've done with the Tudor.
yeah,
GNS Goal says, my main plan for all of this is for my children. I don't plan to really sell it all at all. If I get to a point where I have loads of silver and I change it into gold, that would be ideal. He's got 3 kids, and so yeah, I mean that's the way to do it, son. Like, stack it towards your children. Obviously, when you get older, if you need it a bit for a pension plan or to enjoy yourself a little bit, you must enjoy your money as well, which I promise you, son, I'll be enjoying my money. And then whatever's left, when I pass will go to you and your sister. So yeah, absolutely right. You know, plan it for your children, but enjoy some of it yourself as well. Otherwise, why have you worked all your life killing yourself and you don't see any benefit from it at all?
Yeah, no, that's 100% right. Just going back to what LaBelle was saying, I've got a saying I came up with, which is stack what you love to watch your stack grow, and stack what you hate in case you want to sell.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I really do. So yeah, some of your basic boring coins, which I've done as well. But I have to enjoy my stack. I have to enjoy my stack. I'm
Yeah,
not going to just get the boring stuff because I'll get bored and go, nah, I can't bothered. And I don't
yeah.
want to do that. Right. So 231 minutes, bruv.
Yes, yeah, I'm getting a bit sleepy myself now. It's been an amazing time, an amazing chat, Cobra, as it always is, buddy. And what a great night seeing people win what you know an amazing channel round the bar and what was it? CPM won as well.
He won the 2023 Queen's Britannia.
That was it. Yeah. No,
And
what?
that will be donated to your 24-hour live, and then you will decide how that will be won, bought, bid for, whatever you decide to do.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. You know, it's as soon as he did it, I thought auction, but you know, it could be a giveaway if we reach so much, or
Yeah,
there are things. But I'll definitely chat with you more about behind the scenes, Cobra, and get some just bounce some ideas off you because I want to start moving ahead on things and
yeah, brilliant.
start making this happen because I do think it's going to be a bit of a mammoth task and it's not going to be something that I'll be able to do overnight, but.
Bro,
Yeah,
work with me on it, and I promise you, we can get this done sooner than you think, and it won't be as hard as you think. We'll take it in shifts. We run it off your channel, and you just add people, and then you go off and have a break, and we'll carry on with it, and so on and so forth. And we do it as a team, which we are.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right, and I see it that way. It's more like the organisation of who can do what at what point, and getting all that together. I need people to start suggesting or like telling me when they're available, what hours and stuff. But I suppose we can't really do that until I start come up with a date. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you
you've got
know,
to
it's
come up with what day you're going to do it, and then we do
yeah,
it.
it's that's exactly it. You start looking at well, how am I actually going to do this, and you start hitting big walls. But no, we'll talk, and we'll definitely get things moving and start getting some at least dates or something within the next week or so.
Great stuff. Well, look, we have 8 people viewing at the moment. Guys, whoever you are out there, I mean, we can see a few of you. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Thank you. I really hope you enjoyed the full stack reveal that I did earlier. For those of you who've been commenting all the way through, thank you very much for keeping the conversations going. A massive, massive thank you to the Stack Collector. If you haven't followed him, which I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, please go over, subscribe. Stack Collector, my apologies for roping you into this without giving you any pre-warning at all whatsoever, but thank you for accepting it, and I thoroughly enjoyed our chat, and thank you everyone.
Yes, no problem at all, mate. Thank you again for letting me come over, mate. And yes, it was impromptu, but it's been a lot of fun still. And I was there watching your premiere anyway. So yes, but as you say, I'm pretty peckish myself, so I'm going to go and get some snap and get myself off to bed.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you, everyone. GNS Gold, I'll give you a ring in a minute, so make sure you can take that call. Guys, thank you all. I'll see you all soon. And if you didn't watch it all carefully, go back and watch that full stack reveal, and I hope you enjoy it. Take care, everyone.
Bye.